Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. YouTube was like, get out of here. Yeah. Yeah. YouTube was like, I don't know what this is, but YouTube was like, you can watch these other people talk about Sneeko, but they was like, you gotta get up out of here. They was like, you gotta cut this off. What's going on? Rap Night came back. Haley Luya is back. What's going on? Yo, that's wild. Jorge came back arguing. Like, Jorge, at this point, it's over, my guy. Like, whatever y'all was going on about, it's YouTube says stop it. I don't know how I'm gonna react to his video. I can't have his rumble on the stream. It's like that. Get an Odyssey account. What's Odyssey? Hold on. Oh, it's just another yikes. I have like I already be on 5 places. Even though I'm only on YouTube right now because I'm not about to do the whole restream thing again. Welcome back. Thank you. It's all right, Jorge. It's cool, man. It's just funny. You came right back in with smoke. It's like, bro, wait a minute. It's like, we off that. Like, YouTube kicked me off. Oh, man. That was funny. Hold on, let me say goodnight to my husband real quick. Oh, man. I might as well... I'm not on Twitch anymore. I might as well cut all that off. All of this is done. That's... Man. So... I don't even know. I wonder if they reacted to it on YouTube and I could just pull that up. Right? Right? Let's find that. Let's find that. Because that has to be a thing. That kind of has to be. There's no way that's not. There has to be a reaction to this. It is. Or wait, hold on. Is this? It is! It is! There's a reaction on here. Boy, YouTube, you not stopping me. I don't care what y'all think. You not stopping me, bruh. You not stopping me. Alright. This looks like a whole reaction. Who we got up in here? We got David Wood in here. We got What Do You Mean, which is John. I don't know who this other dude is. I don't know. Oh, it says this is the apostate prophet. Okay, you got 3 people in here, and it looks like they're about to watch the Sneeko reaction. Oh, they are. They are. Okay, cool. Yeah, we about to just watch this. I'm about to scrub ahead because we just started essentially. Let's here we go. Psst, boy. That's YouTube, you're not stopping me, all right? Like, I'm just letting you know you're not stopping me. You're not stopping me, all right? You should have put link in the old chat. No, if they're still on YouTube, my my little profile picture is gonna be red and it's gonna say live. So, just double check. Just a double check. Hold on. I don't even have the old chat anymore. Yeah, if you click on my, it says I'm live. I should be good. Yeah, my channel says I'm live. I'll be alright. I'll be alright. Can't stand. It's my first day back, and it's like YouTube couldn't wait. They was like, she do one wrong thing. That stream is out of here. You're not stopping me, YouTube. I want you to know that. You're not stopping me. It ain't Susan anymore. Who in charge now? It's that guy. It's that guy. What's his name? Because I couldn't put losing down like last time. Here, who's running YouTube? It's not Susan. It's not Susan. Who's the new person running it? Why they still got Susan on here? Cause we talked about it before. Neil. Neil is his name. Well, I gotta call him Leo when I get mad at him? That's a horrible way to or Lohan. I could do Lohan. Lohan kicked me off. All right. Whatever. We could just... Oh, y'all still going back and forth. All right. While y'all doing that, the rest of us about to watch this video again.
So we're skipping to the end.
Oh, they shooting off fireworks because I'm like, why does it smell like something burning? That's them shooting fireworks. My bad, y'all.
And here, ladies and gentlemen.
What do the comments say?
I thought this is a Christian channel. What is with the language?
And be loved by God.
Yes, unfortunately, we have Sneeko on here.
You want to obey.
We got Sneeko on here. Great genius of Dawa.
Sneeko was as Christian as Andrew Tate was, so no surprise that he embraced Islam too. No, I grew up Catholic. I almost got confirmed.
That's a whole lie. Hey, that's a whole lie. Sneeko really said, like, I grew up Catholic. I almost got confirmed. Knows nothing about the Bible. Sir, nah. There's no way that happened. Right? Sneeko doesn't know what for argument's sake means. That's not happening. He never got confirmed.
I grew up Catholic. We're about to see. So this is the guy who he grew up Catholic, who thinks that,
there's no way he almost got confirmed. I do not believe that in the slightest.
who thinks that the Council of Nicaea was the book of the Bible, as we're about to see. And when he actually quotes Matthew, he brings it up during a search, and he doesn't know what the Gospel of Matthew is. He calls it. He says Matt verse 39. The guy goes, what chapter? He goes, I don't know. Matt 39 or something. He doesn't know the Gospel of Matthew. Anyway, let's see his response to me.
Gamer, I'm distancing myself from Sneeko. Whoa, deja vu.
Yeah, but Tech Boy, look at the terminology you just used. You said my cradle Catholic friend messed up and said hate your enemies. So it is positive? Possible? I don't know. But anyways, you said cradle Catholic. That means your friends, they claim they grew up Catholic, but they don't even know their own religion, right? So they probably don't pay attention. Once again, that goes back to bad catechism, because that has to happen in the household too. Now, earlier when we were talking about bad catechism, bad church, whatever, however you want to put this, it does have to also start in the household, right? Because the church I started in, I thought was cool. That was not a prosperity church, the first church my family started in, right? The issue is that didn't translate in the household. Like whatever was learned on a Sunday wasn't also in the household Monday through Saturday. I didn't learn anything, right? So I could have easily coming up been like, oh yeah, I'm Christian. I still didn't know nothing because nothing was taught in the household. That's all your cradle Catholic friend is. They think they're Catholic, but they don't really be paying attention. There's probably no teaching in the household either. Because when I see, and this is why when I said earlier, when I asked Jorge, I was just like, I got confused by the chick in my baptism class about her upbringing, right? Because when I see the people, the Catholics I know, I saw a video how one of them raises their kids, how they have like a Bible study time together and all this other stuff. Completely different. So to hear from her like, oh yeah, we wasn't allowed to read the Bible and we didn't do this and we didn't do that and I was always scared into X, Y, and Z. Completely different from how their whole upbringing was. I was so confused by it. But Christians go through that same crap too. So you said, not gonna lie, the Council of Nicaea does sound like a pretty banger book series.
Click on the video, man.
That's
Bot
funny.
snake behavior. It's not that bad, but it's selective editing, and it's a very Abba and Preach tactic, and it shows that like most of the people on YouTube don't see the selective editing.
Hold on, what did you say? You said Jorge called them cradle Catholics. I'm pretty sure him and Nikki and somebody else all said that because your friend sounds like they know nothing. They sound like a baby Catholic. But you said she identifies as Catholic for life, but doesn't care what faith you are. But what does that have to do with being like a cradle Catholic, though? Like Jorge and Nikki also doesn't care what version of Christianity I am, but that doesn't like... Where the cradle part came in because of the stuff you was telling us.
Editing tactics.
I don't know what he's using with oblong. I don't know.
Abba and Preach, their channel. By the way, too, I think you said it, just to give you guys a heads up, there's a warning language here because he uses a lot of profanity in this video. So
Yeah, I could have bleeped them out, but it's a lot. So language warning to everyone who's watching. See,
People use.
click on
Like
this.
yeah, when you go clip things in a way that makes you seem like you're.
You said she also didn't know the ABCs of Christianity. What? What's the ABCs of Christianity? Nah, we about to look this up. Oh, the ABCs of salvation. Bruh, say that. I've never heard it called that before. Say that. Yeah, you see, Tyree even was like, huh? What? Sneak, yeah. No, Tech Boy, I know what you're talking about now. I've never heard it called that before.
A genius, you're always going to look smart to the comment section.
That's true. That's not what we're doing, though. You're saying
It's so
false
funny.
things.
He says obviously dumb things,
Watch
but
the
then he
next
blames
video.
it on editing. It's
Yeah.
very funny.
We saw all this on my channel. That's
Yeah.
why
So
I keep
here's where he
stopping
reads
talking.
someone tells him watch this.
You said she thought you are born Catholic? That's probably whatever her parents or family members told her. That's all. I ain't never heard that. You said a new Sunday school thing is clever. Yeah, that is kind of clever. I've never heard it called that before.
To the next video.
Let's see. How long is it?
Looks like Sneeko is about to have a really bad weeko. If you
Watch him.
His face went down. He was just like, bruh.
go,
Hold on, where's John's video? Look at his face. He like, what did this man just say?
What in the world?
that was a boomer joke. That was a boomer.
Okay, I got you,
He
Tech
basically
you
watches a
have
couple
no
seconds
idea
of it and
who
then stops.
Sneeko is, welcome to the club. Why am I talking about?
Chad, do you think that he cited my Rumble channel, or did he talk about how?
Sir, who cares? Here we go. This is what we want to get to.
Shirts and all that. And I think that's why it's very important for him.
We wanna get to
actually,
John's video.
Link to his stuff.
Since I can't
have you noticed
watch
this
the
pattern?
source
You've got these
material
guys
on
who'll
my
say a bunch of
own.
stuff that eventually ticks off the main
Stupid.
platforms. Then they'll go to Rumble and convert to Islam. Have you noticed that? It's like Tate did that. Sneeko is like the exact same pattern.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, Rumble goes after people who get kicked off of YouTube because they're trying to provide an alternative. So they get offered a deal, by the way.
Yeah,
too.
which is smart. It's
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is smart for the
yeah.
platform. So yeah, that's not a criticism of Rumble. It's a criticism like the guys like why is this the new pattern? You
Right.
say a bunch
That's
of
what
messed
I
up stuff.
yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
I think more than two people would define as a pattern, but it's all
That's a pretty distinct pattern.
good. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you say so. Two people, you know. We'll wait till 3, then call it a pattern.
All right, should we watch some Sneeko?
Yes, sir.
All right,
I watched this, by the way, to give people a heads up. I watched it through once when people were commenting, telling me he responded. So I went and found it and watched it through once. So I've seen it. I'm not sure if you guys have, but I've seen it all the way through once. So
yeah, I watched it when I was getting this clip ready, so I have a general idea. AP, did you watch this?
I started watching it, but then as I was reacting to it, I thought to myself,
Bruh, just get to the video. Okay, we must have started getting some
Let's get into
talking.
religion right now.
Here we go.
Yo, you ready to box this weekend? I'm gonna be in Miami tomorrow. Okay, so don't use the Rumble bands to go talk to me directly.
Now, the
Don't-
famous influencer Sneeko.
Oh, here we go. We can watch this. Sneeko's arguments against Christianity. Popular influencer Sneeko, but they can't say Rumbler. Just say Rumbler.
Who
Just say Rumbler.
cares,
no,
bro?
No. Okay, fine.
I mean, when I made my video, I made it in response to a YouTube link that John sent me. So, I mean, here's what I want to say, because you're going to keep whining about this, right? Sneeko, if you want us to link to your Rumble, just say, hey guys, can you link to my Rumble? That's how you do it. We know you live in a world where you like throw a tantrum over this stuff. And now you've entered an ideology that is going to encourage you to constantly claim to be a victim. Oh, they're victimizing me by not linking. It's pretty straightforward. Hey guys, could you link to my Rumble? That's it. That's all that's required.
I would do it.
I would do it. I would do it. I'm not doing it when he whines, but I will do it because I'm not encouraging the sniveling and crying. But if he just asks, he doesn't have to grovel. Just has to ask like an adult.
Bruh, play the video.
Consistently giving everyone 5 reasons for why he recently embraced Islam and why he rejects Christianity. Now, there's a lot of people saying that he only converted to Islam because Andrew Tate did, but I personally don't know the man's motives and won't jump to any conclusions. However, if he is being sincere in the reasons that he gives, then we should expect for Sneeko to leave Islam and embrace Christianity by the time that he's done watching this video. The reason why is because...
But he did watch the video. Wait, hang on. Notice, John, if he's sincere, then he's going to convert to Christianity by the time he's
Yeah,
done.
there's an argument there. That's right. The premises.
But he didn't convert, therefore,
Therefore,
So
He's
which
not-
premise is false?
Yeah,
Which
he's
premise
not-
did he
he's-
do?
Bro, he wasn't
He's
about
not
to.
sincere.
He
He's
wasn't
not
about to
sincere.
convert
So
off the
that's the
video.
conclusion to draw.
Let's be honest.
Which-
I, for example, I watched the video and I left Islam and converted to Christianity.
Is that really what happened with him?
See, you heard it here, folks.
That's funny.
Yo, is that really what happened with Apostate Prophet? He watched a YouTube video and was like, well, we're done here. Christianity, here I come. That's crazy. Is that Mike Winger? No, that's David Wood. I mean, they kind of, now that you mention, they kind of look alike.
Yeah.
the 5 reasons that he gives, if he wants to be consistent, are the very things that should actually
We got 4K, or is it going to be laggy?
cause him to reject Islam and instead become a Christian. So, don't believe me? I'll prove it. Let's start with
Okay.
his first reason.
Okay.
Why I
Are
resonate
y'all
with
still
Islam,
going back and
why
forth?
it makes sense for me, because it's weird. It doesn't make sense to me to pray to a man. I don't want to submit to a man. The only person that we should submit to and that we should pray to should be the one creator of the universe, which is
Wait, what did he say? Did he say the only man we should submit to? Hang on. I want to see that again.
Or is it going to be laggy?
think I
Cause him
missed
to
what he said.
reject Islam and instead become a Christian. So, don't believe me? I'll prove it. Let's start with
Okay.
his first reason.
Okay.
why I resonate with Islam, why it makes sense for me, because it's weird. It doesn't make sense to me to pray to a man. I don't want to submit to a man. The only person that we should submit to and that we should pray to should be the one creator of the universe, which is Allah. He created the universe and we love him for it.
Wait, did he say?
Why I resonate with Islam, why it makes sense for me, because it's weird. It doesn't make sense to me to pray to a man. I don't want to submit to a man. The only person that we should submit
The
to
only
and that we
person,
should pray
okay.
to should be the one creator of the universe, which is Allah. He created the universe and we love him for it. Perfect. That really, it makes the most sense to me.
So as you just heard, Sneeko doesn't like the idea of submitting to a man and therefore decided to reject Christianity and to embrace Islam. But unfortunately,
There are a lot of reasons. That wasn't the reason that I reverted to Islam, but that's the reason why Christianity never resonated with me, really.
if Sneeko really does have a
He said he kneels to the crowd. I mean,
People are asking him
Oh,
why he
you're
converted. He
behind.
gives the reasons. Then we say, hey,
Yeah.
yeah, Sneeko, we already talked about this though. He's just following whatever Tate does.
well, that's not the
Yeah,
reason.
that's what I was, yeah. Right.
He will keep doing that again and again, but he just doesn't understand. I mean, John starts counting the reasons, and he mentions one reason. And he's like, "Well, that's not the only reason. There are more reasons."
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
by
said in
the,
the intro 5 reasons, but yeah.
that's an ongoing problem. Is John will start responding to something, and they'll go, "But there's this other stuff," and then like John's about to respond to the other stuff. It's this ongoing thing where he flips out, like. So notice, it's like if you say, if you have three things you want to respond to him about, something he said, then as soon as you start responding to one, he starts going, "Oh, but what about this other?" And it's like, why don't you have the slightest bit of patience here, buddy? Just a slight bit. All right, here we go.
Was submitting to a man, then he should reject Islam. The reason why is because, according to the Quran, Sneeko is actually commanded to submit to Muhammad, who's a man.
No, that's not Mike Winger. That's David Wood. That's David Wood.
So if this is a real reason for why Sneeko,
But you don't pray to Muhammad. Peace be upon him.
I know, Jorge. I got you, bro. No, that's David Wood.
Okay. Well, first problem. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's two big ones here. Just with that,
Yeah.
but we don't pray to him. So notice, he said, I don't believe in praying to a man or in submitting to a man. You point out that according to the Quran, you have to submit to Muhammad. It's a requirement. Yeah. Surah 4, verse 65 says you are not a Muslim unless you submit to all of Muhammad's decisions. You have to submit to everything Muhammad decides. And then as soon as you point out that he said he doesn't want to submit to a man, and therefore he just contradicted the Quran because...
You said David Wood and Mike Winger have differences? They do, but on this little block. Hold on, let me find a good Mike Winger video. On this little block, they look kind of alike. I need him looking straight. Here we go. And I'm about to just make this smaller. Now look at this face next to this face. You got the glasses. The beard is like the same. So yeah, if you're not really paying attention, you do like a quick glance, or if your eyesight's bad like Jorge's, I can see why he thought. I could see it. That's why when he first mentioned it, I did say, I was like, oh, I kind of got you. I can kind of see that.
Because the Quran requires him to submit to a man, he says, but we don't pray to him. So that's the other. So note, yeah, you made two claims. He destroyed one, and
it's
then
just
you said,
that vocal
what about
difference.
the other one? Okay.
That vocal difference. David Wood is more like, he sound like he more about it. Like he's ready to pop off and fight while debating. Whereas Mike Winger's like nicer. It just takes him forever to get to a point. Yeah, exactly. Mike Winger's voice is softer and friendlier. David Woods has move of an attitude. Exactly. He sound like he's ready to just pop off.
I mean, you said submit. You said that. You said that. And then the other one, of course.
To be clear, he actually made 3 because he did say worship. But I addressed the worship question too here in a second. So just to be clear, but go ahead.
Oh, and yeah, the other thing I was focusing on is Muslims do. They would say they don't pray to Muhammad, but they speak directly to Muhammad during their prayers. There's a part of their prayers where they say, "Peace be upon you, O Prophet." Notice, not, "Oh Allah, please send peace on this other person, Muhammad." They speak directly to Muhammad. So a Muslim praying in a mosque, wherever Sneeko goes, actually speaks directly to Muhammad. Hey, Muhammad, peace be upon you, during his prayers. It's always important to keep in mind this distinction. Guys, if I say...
Well, hold on. Now I'm confused because when they showed the clips, all the different, like, it was like Uthman and Sikh and all that. When they were talking and every time they said Muhammad's name, every time they say it, they have to say peace be upon you. So is that really what's happening, or is that just because they have to repeat that? Because I did kind of peep that in them clips.
God, please bless grandma, who's dead. If I were to say, please bless, I don't know why I would be doing that, but if I were to say, please bless grandma, then I'm talking to God about grandma. If I say, oh, grandma, I really love you, and I'm speaking directly to grandma who's dead in my prayers, that's speaking to someone else in my prayers. And so anyway, this is interesting. You guys have anything you want to add, or should we continue this clip?
Well, I want to say...
I was just going to say, I put a bunch of verses on the screen too, so that's it. But anyways, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, even if we grant the whole idea that okay, you technically do not worship or do not pray to Muhammad, so you could just excuse the whole sending blessings and prayers and whatever it is. It is still weird. I mean, he doesn't really explain why it is absurd, to worship or to pray to a man. And he cannot really properly draw a distinction there between why it is then okay to simply submit to a man without praying to him or without worshiping him. So we don't even have the logic of why it is so bad to worship a man. So he has to explain that first. But that's the whole problem with all of his reasoning. He never actually explains the logic behind why the Islamic theology makes more sense to him, why worshipping only the Islamic sense of God and not the Christian sense of God makes more sense to him. He doesn't explain any of these things. He just says, it makes sense to me. I feel like this is good. That's it.
Just a Girl said, I will occasionally talk to my dead grandma, mainly just to tell her I miss her. Aw, that's sweet. That is nice. Yeah, some people do that sometimes. Just to, because you miss family and whatnot. Look at what's on the screen right now. This is their chat. Somebody said, it's like he's having a conversation with John. He responds with his sincere objections, then pushes play, and John's next thing answers it. If he were sincere, then, hey.
And I actually,
Dude lost his train of thought.
I agree.
Dude lost his
what were you
train
just
of
saying?
thought.
I was reading some comment. I was reading a comment that someone trying to defend what he said. Hang on.
Bro, play the video.
Okay, let me read this because I want to post this other comment. So Heidi said, it's like he's having a conversation with John. He responds with his sincere objections, then pushes play, and John's next thing answers it.
Yeah,
Precisely.
that does happen a lot. Yeah.
Here's the comment that threw me off. Buzz says, if people say, bless you, he prayed to another person and worship him, just how stupid can you be, Wood? Okay, let me break this down for you.
Huh?
Let me break this down for you, Buzz.
Hold on, wait, what does that mean?
If AP
David Wood is based, Mike Winger is in need. Hold on. Oh, you're saying David Wood is based, Mike Winger is in need of prayer. Just kidding, they both need prayer. Mike Winger is way wrong. I don't know. I don't watch enough of them to know what you're even talking about, about them being wrong and stuff. I have no idea. I'll be real with you. I don't watch them like that. I think we talked about this before. I don't really watch Mike Winger because his videos just be way too long. It's like watching a movie. It'd be like 2 hours long or like an hour and a half. I can't do it. I can't do it. We have to chop it up and stop it and take breaks. I can't do it.
If AP is standing beside me and he sneezes and I
don't
say,
really
God
think I've
bless
ever
you.
watched David Wood. I think I maybe watched him once. He's not in my rotation of like Christian content. So I have
Okay,
no
I'm
idea.
talking to AP. Why? Because I'm assuming that AP is right there and he can hear me. If AP weren't here and I were talking to God, I would say, oh God, please bless AP. I'd be talking to God about AP if AP is not here. So when Muslims say, peace be upon you, O Prophet, during their prayers, they're speaking directly to Muhammad during prayers, which are supposedly reserved for Allah alone. And the idea that you're not treating him as a partner with Allah is just kind of weird to us. All right, let's go ahead.
I want a Muslim to just break it down. I'm still confused about that. I don't practice Islam, but like, essentially, when they were talking in the clips, every time they said Muhammad's name, it didn't matter what they were talking about. They'd be like, and as it says here in the blah 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 with the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon you, blah. I think they just have to say that every time they say his name. So it would make sense that they have to say that after saying his name in a prayer. I don't think it means what he thinks it means. If I'm wrong, somebody break it down, but I think that's what it is. This is why his argument is still confusing me. But what that guy said on screen did sound stupid. He's like, if somebody says bless you, that means they're praying. I don't know what that person was talking about. I'm be real with you. Mike Winger does apologetics. I like his stuff. Yeah, that's the whole reason. So I told somebody I liked apologetics, and they were like, you should watch Mike Winger's. And I saw how long his videos was. And I was like, yo, I don't really know. I was like, I don't really know if I'm going to watch these videos. I'm going to be real with you. So I love David Wood. I know we have disagreements, but he is respectful. Yeah, I don't really watch his stuff, so I have no idea. I'm gonna be real with you.
Rejects Christianity, then he should also reject Islam. But what's even more interesting is the reason that he gives for why he thinks that he should only worship Allah. He said that he only wants to worship Allah because Allah is God, Allah is the creator of the universe, and therefore we should love him for it. But ironically, in Christianity, Jesus is God. He created the entire universe. So why does Sneako have a problem with worshiping Jesus in Christianity? Well, the reason why is
because you say that a man is God. That's Christianity. And everybody in the chat, bro, like, you don't pray to Muhammad. That's the whole point.
You speak to him during your prayers. What do you call that? Anyway.
That's the whole, peace be upon him. Like, you don't, of course we love him, but it's just that simple.
Because Sneako seems to have a problem with Jesus being both God and man.
Yes.
Fair enough. So for argument's sake, let's go ahead and say that Jesus isn't God and that he's only a man. So if you...
This is an ongoing problem. I'm going to have to.
All right, this is where my stream stopped last time. Somewhere around here.
This is the most significant moment that I have seen so far.
Somewhere around here.
Where
you know what's crazy?
Shows that he's
this is how I know YouTube don't rock with me. This video is from a live stream on YouTube. This from a live stream. They watched this live together. And they stream did not get clipped. It looked like they made it all the way through. They had their ending points, and then they ended the whole thing. Why did YouTube take mine? It was like, oh, what you think you doing? And got me up out of here. That's crazy. That's crazy. Don't do that, Haley. Don't do that. Don't. Just saying all white men with beards look alike. Nah, I've never said that. That's blasphemy.
Unable to listen to another person.
I never
He's
said that.
Unable to comprehend simple things that are said to him. He's given a hypothetical, and he's like, "What? You just said that?" Watch it.
Yeah, he didn't give enough time for me to even explain before he responded. That's why it's kind of funny, because once he understands it, then. Yeah. Anyways, you'll see. But yeah,
it's just weird because he doesn't seem to be able to understand a hypothetical.
Yeah.
And I see this over and over again. I just saw it when AP said that Fareed was responding to us. I clicked on the video to see if I should to look at the comments to see if I should watch it, and one of the comments was saying, "Oh, David says that the Apostle Paul had no support in the first century, and therefore that it would be a miracle if he survived." And it's like, no, I was saying according to what Sajid and Fareed claimed, and according to Islamic belief, the Jews wouldn't have liked him spreading what they regarded as a heresy. The Romans wouldn't like him proclaiming another guy as king. And according to Islam, Jesus' followers were Muslims, and therefore they wouldn't have supported Paul. And therefore, according to you, he would have had no support. And according to Sajid and Fareed's reasoning, if someone survives in a hostile environment, it's a miracle. And therefore, according to you guys, Paul's more miraculous than Muhammad. And then they oh, he's saying this? I'm not saying that. You got it's so weird. So notice John says, for the sake of argument, let's suppose you're right and Jesus is just a man. If you're going to submit to a man, which one would you be submitting to? And he's, what? You're saying Jesus is just a man? It's like, it's kind of weird. Like, what guys, what do you do when you're responding to someone and you're being logical and saying, here are the implications of what you're saying, and they don't understand anything? Like, I don't know. How do you have a conversation with someone who doesn't understand anything you're saying?
You can't.
yeah.
You can't. You just got to stop. Just stop. Change the subject. Leave. Do something else. Just stop. Because at that point, you know what it comes down to? When they really just not listening. That's all that is. I've dealt with that before. It just it don't work.
I don't know. Let's go. Sneeko!
Christians, you jacking that?
Let me back it up. Look, he's you see Christians?
Both God and man. Fair enough. So, for argument's sake, let's go ahead and say that
For argument's sake,
For argument's sake, you say it explicitly.
Jesus isn't God and that he's only a man. So if you
Yo, Christians, you jacking that? That made no sense. Oh, no. That's the whole reason why Christianity didn't resonate with me. And then you're going to say, for argument's sake, that goes against the religion. Wait a second. Run that back. What?
because Sneeko seems to have a problem with Jesus being both God and man. Fair enough. So,
Night,
for
night, all.
argument's
God bless. All right, Tyree, thank you for stopping in through the stream. As usual, I appreciate you for coming by. And if you're available tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. And I'll talk to you. I hope you have a blessed Tuesday. Have I watched Matt Fradd? Haley, I watch Matt Fradd from time to time, and I met the guy. I know exactly who that is.
sake,
For
let's go
argument's
ahead and
sake.
say that Jesus isn't God and that he's only a man. So,
That's Islam.
Oh boy. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
yeah,
Is that
we yeah, we know.
Oh man.
John's saying, if you're right, for argument's sake, let's assume you're right.
What? You said I'm right?
That's Islam! Yay! Alhamdulillah! Okay, here we go.
Why would you even present a hypothetical that debunks the whole religion?
so if you have to submit to a man in both Islam and Christianity, then who does Sneeko think is the more rational person to submit to? On the one hand, we have Muhammad, who wasn't born of a virgin,
The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as a human being like the rest of us, do
This is
have
where my
sins.
stream
needed
went
forgiveness
black.
for his sins.
The promise of God is that he does forgive sins, and his promise in the Quran is that he has forgiven the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, for his sins past and future.
And according to Sneeko,
I understand what the hypotheticals, and I understand for example, but that's a stupid example to make because then that's not Christianity anymore.
he wasn't perfect and did some
His own chat.
questionable things.
Jorge said Martin True. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm be real with you. Martin True Jr. wins at Charlotte. Congratulations. And shout out to that man for winning the race. I don't watch NASCAR, but hey, a winner's a winner.
What'd you say, AP?
His own chat is criticizing him because he doesn't get the point, and he still insists on it.
Yeah, so notice the people who are watching him, they understand what John is saying.
Yeah. Look at the chat. I can't make this any bigger, but his own chat is saying, for argument's sake, it's called Devil's Advocate. He's so, can I say that? I don't know if I can say that or not. I can't read some of this.
It's,
Yeah. Because
the filter makes it look fuzzy.
Debunks Christianity, but it's like, wait, if I'm saying for argument's sake, everybody else understood it in the chat, so I mean.
Truex.
and he
Okay.
played it twice. He played it twice. You saying for argument's
Martin
sake.
Truex
And
Jr.
apparently for him, if you say for the sake of argument, let me grant for the sake of argument to show you what your claim leads to. And he thinks if you say that, then you actually are agreeing with everything you said hypothetically. This is weird. Yeah, someone just asked, is Sneeko playing dumb or is he actually this dumb?
Yo, shots fired.
It's weird how
Yikes.
everyone else gets it. Anyway.
Grooming.
Yeah, it's gross.
How do you feel about like the fact that
Oh,
Muhammad?
let me back that up there.
He
Bro, why'd you
wasn't
go
perfect and
backwards?
did some questionable things.
Are you against grooming?
Yeah, it's gross.
How do you feel about like the fact that Muhammad like married a 9-year-old girl?
I don't know how true that is.
It's
I don't
true.
think any Muslims deny it.
If that's true, then he's not. Then nobody's perfect.
So, if Sneeko doesn't have a problem with submitting to a man like Muhammad, who, even according to him, wasn't morally perfect,
You said Matt Fradd has 4-hour streams. Oh, you think I watch a full stream? I watch the clips. I watch whatever clips sound good. I watch those. I don't watch the full 4-hour streams. I promise you I don't. I don't have the time to do that. I don't have the time for any of that.
then why would he have a
That was before I reverted to Islam. She's asking me questions that I didn't know the answer to.
used to watch NASCAR religiously when you had satellite TV. A lot of y'all like NASCAR. Y'all would be great friends with my one friend Sean, because he loves NASCAR. They went to like a couple of the races too.
I was saying that I was thinking about Islam. This is before. And I understand now that a lot of the time the parents have better decision-making abilities than the woman, and it was a different time. And Muhammad, peace be upon him, was definitely not a pedophile. He had many wives. A lot of them were older than him. I think his first wife was 50 when he was 25. And he was friends with Aisha, peace be upon her. He was friends with her parents. So I don't think that that's an example of pedophilia, no.
What? What did that man just say? Sometimes the parents know better than the woman. You mean the child? You're talking about a 9-year-old. Sir, take this L. That's crazy. That man was a pedo. I don't care. The fact that we know when the Bible talks about little children, how does Jesus talk about kids? If anybody should harm a child, right? It's better for you to have that millstone around your neck and you drown and you just out of here. Like, Jesus didn't play about kids, right? The whole this is crazy. The way everything worked back then, when teenagers were considered adults, right? And you was marrying each other and starting life together at like 13 and 14, 15, 16, whatever, upwards, right? That's when you would get together and start making families and stuff. Wasn't nobody having sex with a 9-year-old and getting with them while they were like 6 or 7. And nah, Sneeko, nah, bruh. Because there's no way if he had a daughter, he would allow that to happen. That's crazy.
I don't think.
Yeah, the millstone around your neck.
That logic, though, right there. Would that logic work in any other situation? So he wasn't a pedo because he had older wives too. With that, I mean, I think about even in court or something like that, right? If somebody says, "Oh, I mean, sir, I mean, I'm not a." And plus, by the way, in the clip, the girl was talking about him grooming her too. By the way, so he was responding to the Muslim responses that they use for that claim.
Right, this is what I'm saying. That's a problem. Here in America, at least, when it turns out, like, if the police catch you or somebody reports it to the police, if they done find out you done sold your kid to somebody else or for, like, into sex trafficking, whatever, right? What's the first thing the police do? They don't be like, oh, maybe the parents know better. Haha. No, they go save the kid and then they put the parents straight into jail. There's no... I hate that argument too, where he's like, it's a different time period. It was still nasty back then. It was still nasty. Oh, this is...
But there, it wasn't even about him. She didn't even say he was a pedo. Instead, she said that he was grooming Aisha, which, I mean, obviously he was.
He was.
I don't think you can deny that.
And this is another example of two massive problems here. One, notice, if you just asked him, so he's saying that was before he converted to Islam and was being asked about Muhammad. So before, notice, guys, if no one beats me to it, Sneeko changes, title of a video, Sneeko changes his mind about child marriage after converting to Islam. That's your video title, right?
That sounds horrible.
If anyone beats me to it, you beat me to it. But if not, I'll go ahead and make that video. So notice, it's if you ask Sneeko, as messed up as he is, before he converts to Islam, hey, is it wrong to have sex with a little girl? Yeah, it's wrong. That's gross. And now, no, I can't say it's wrong. As long as the parents approve. It's the Fareed response.
Yeah, even that, right? Like, sometimes parents know best.
Yeah, I knew it was something like this. Like they were teenagers, but that was the culture. You were like an adult. You was able to get together, start having families after you got married. 9? Bro, that wasn't happening at 9. That's everything he said just does not make sense. You said, oh, that's with your first point. Okay, I got you.
Not in that case. You know what I mean? Not to marry a 54-year-old man who's going to groom her and have sleep with her at that early age. That's crazy. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there's some parents that don't know best a lot. And so, yeah.
And so someone in the chat gives an example. Okay, Sneeko, according to that logic, then what's the problem with transing kids if the parents agree?
Oh yeah, good call. Good. Yeah, good point.
That's a whole other issue.
And the other problem with what he just said is you can read the DSM-5. That's the standard work in diagnosing mental disorders. You can go to the section on pedophilic disorder. So these are pedophiles. They actually distinguish
whoever comes up in here
between exclusive type pedophilia and non-exclusive type pedophilia. Exclusive type pedophiles are only attracted to children. Non-exclusive type pedophiles are attracted to kids in the same way they're attracted to adults. Or they might have some sort of preference, but they're sexually attracted to both. That's still pedophilic disorder. So he's completely wrong according to like standard works in psychology. They would classify Muhammad, since he was attracted to a 6-year-old, they would classify him as non-exclusive type pedophile. So wrong. So
someone like Jesus, who, even according to Islam, was born of a virgin, performed miracles, and wasn't a sinner. If submitting to a man really is a problem for Sneeko, then he should reject Islam, since it requires Muslims to submit to Muhammad. And if he decides to have a change of mind and conclude that he's actually okay with submitting to a man, then once we compare Jesus and Muhammad, even according to Sneeko's own standards, then it makes a lot more sense for him to be a Christian and not a Muslim. Now, let's move on.
That was a pretty good argument.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
I didn't know if that was them or
Sneeko
Sneeko that paused that.
Sneeko says, I rejected Christianity because I don't want to submit to a man. And then you point out that the Quran requires him to submit to a man, Muhammad. And then you say, for the sake of argument, let's assume you're right and Jesus is just a man. So now you've got two options of men you can submit to with very different teachings. Should you submit to this guy who's not born of a virgin, can't do any of this stuff, is a sinner, even according to your own sources, or a guy who, even according to the sources that you now believe in as a Muslim, was vastly superior to this guy in all kinds of ways? Whom should you submit to here? Even according to your own criteria, you should be submitting to Jesus. Is that about right?
Yep, that's it. That's right.
Let's see if he gets it.
To another reason that Sneeko gives for converting
he just
to
goes
Islam.
on. He doesn't respond.
I like the fact that you pray 5 times a day in Islam. You're going to be more grounded.
That's crazy that like Sneeko did not pause that to refute that point. That is wild. I think he gets it. He's just like, hey, I'm just doing what Andrew does.
They take prayer more seriously than any other religion.
All right, now this is actually a really strange one, because not too long after he recorded this video, he asked for guidance in this area, and he said this.
I don't have the time to pray 5 times a day. Are you supposed to take all the steps fully? Are you supposed to fully dive into it, or can you like what's the next move?
Ceasing.
So now, it's pretty strange that he cites praying 5 times a day as something that he likes about Islam, which is ironically the same thing that he thinks that he can't do. Now, I'm not sure if he realizes that these prayers aren't prayers that spontaneously come from the heart. Instead, these prayers are just memorized sayings in Arabic, which is, of course, a language that...
Wait, so liking structure means that it doesn't come... What?
Sneeko doesn't understand. But Sneeko just likes the structure that comes with ritualized...
That's an example. He goes, what? I like structure. And then John immediately says, well, if you like structure.
Yo, look at this screenshot of John's face. He's just like, I love pausing videos sometimes because it gets you in like the weirdest spots.
This is why people were pointing out it's actually like a conversation, because every time he jumps in, well, what about this? And John, kind of funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, John, why you look like a monster here?
You missed all this earlier, Jorge, but you're going to see what John's about to say next.
Then he could have just stayed in his Catholic church, since they have recited...
Yeah, this is a very Abba Preach tactic. Like when
John, what's he calling this?
He's
Abba
referring to
Preach.
Abba Preach, who's another YouTube channel who called Sneeko out on a bunch of stuff, and he's saying that the editing is dishonest, but it's literally not. Like anybody, and I was planning on going back to go try to pump all the links in the description so people can watch them all, because him just appealing the context, in my opinion, is just an excuse. There's literally no dishonest editing there. It's not like his point was changed. If his point was changed, that would be one thing. But even here, he tries to justify what I said, basically. You know what I mean? Because you just said, well, I'm new to Islam, which you'll hear. But I'm like, that doesn't. So he's just referring to a YouTube channel called Auburn Preach, basically. But I think it's just an excuse. Yeah.
No, it's totally an excuse, and it's
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, if you're going to say someone is taking things out of context, that means something. Because anytime you quote someone and don't quote, I mean, if I quote an entire chapter of War and Peace, you could say I'm taking it out of context if I don't quote the entire book, right? When we talk about taking something out of context, it's you're significantly changing the meaning of what's been said by destroying the context. It's like if I say, oh man, I was walking down the street the other day and some guy walked up to me and said, I hate you. And then you just quote me saying, I hate you, as if I'm saying it when I'm actually saying what someone else. Okay, that's ripping something out of context. No one's doing that here. Everything John is saying that Sneako gave as a reason is something that Sneako gave as a reason. And so anyway, but it's actually rough if he's already in the, oh, you've ripped it out of context, because that's standard Islam right there. Anytime you quote a Quran verse, it's out of context.
David, can you put something on the screen if I send it to you, or can I?
What if you send me a link or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you send it, send me a.
I will send you a link here.
Send it to my email.
No, I just sent it. I just sent it to you in the guest chat here in your.
Oh, they're on StreamYard.
I do not know how to use any sort of guest chat in this program.
On the right, you have this.
I'm not using your program. Do you use Ecamm AP? No, you don't.
It is your program. It is your program. I'm in there right now. I'm sending you. Okay, whatever.
Okay, I don't know where it is.
It's on the right side of your screen, my guy. I know what program you're using.
Or I can just talk about it.
Is it? Oh yeah. Just go ahead and quote anything you want.
So there is a research from.
He's like, it's your program. I'm not using your program. It's like, sir, it's in StreamYard. It's literally which you all are in right now.
From Pew Research from 2012, and I think they also made a related research about this.
You're watching a stream of guys watching a stream of a stream. JP Uncut, welcome. What's going on? I had to do this because the first stream I did, we were reacting straight to Sneako's video, and I don't know if YouTube didn't like that or something. They shut my whole stream down. So it's like the next best option of them actually reacting to it, so we can see what Sneako's video is, because I can't. YouTube apparently won't let me watch it.
Muslims to religious obligations, including prayer. And I brought this up in the past. I made videos about this whole issue. So Muslims are required by their Islamic faith to pray 5 times a day. And actually there are lots of, there are hadiths and rulings which condemn Muslims who don't do these prayers. So they are obligated.
Tech Boy, welcome back.
It's not like I have to do it. It's not like I want to do it so much because I love it. No, you have to do it or else. But the issue is when research goes around and asks Muslims around the world whether they actually do these prayers, the findings are in extremely highly populated Muslim countries like Pakistan, for example.
All right, let's get here. Like, well, what I was saying would have been this, and he tries to do a little of that here, but
you said you're gonna miss your Cradle Catholic friends.
Go ahead.
Just get their contact information. Everything's digital now. You can still talk to them if you want to.
Because I'm still trying to find the time. I don't even know how to pray correctly. Like, I'm still learning how to recite the words properly.
Prayer as well. I mean, unless he just likes the fact that they pray 5 times a day. Well, if that's the case, then there's no reason that he couldn't set a clock, get down on his knees, and pray 5 times a day as a Christian. So if this really was a reason for why he converted to Islam, then he shouldn't be a Muslim, since in Islam he's obligated to pray 5 times a day. And he even said himself that he can't meet all his obligations since he doesn't have the time for it. So instead of embracing Islam, he really should just embrace Christianity. The next reason that Sneako can...
Bro, these fireworks are throwing me off so bad. That's happening right now.
So we have I like being miserable, so I'll convert to atheism. And then where'd that comment go? Oh, okay, here you go.
This don't go on for too long.
We're talking about worship. We're talking about context earlier. It says, David Wood said he worships Odin. You can imagine molested a little girl.
What?
So according to Sneeko, I should never convert to Islam, and anyone who has a problem with molesting little girls shouldn't convert to Islam, according to Sneeko, because what we like. What would a Muslim say? It doesn't matter what you like. It doesn't matter what you like. If this is what God has revealed, then you submit to it. Anyway.
Yeah.
I like Coke Zero.
You see?
Okay, but there's no. Is he making any arguments that are worthwhile? Like, should
All
I
of them?
keep watching or not?
Yes.
For why he rejects Christianity in favor of Islam is his problem with hierarchies.
Like, why I never felt like Christianity spoke to me. For example, like there's a hierarchy in Christianity. They have, well, in Catholicism, they have bishops, they have priests, they have the Pope. There's like a power structure, like politics in the religion, which makes no sense. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in Islam, there is none. It's just we're all equal. We're all God's children.
Wrong.
So here Sneeko says that he has a problem with hierarchies in Catholicism and therefore converted to Islam since there are no hierarchies in Islam and we're all children of God. All right, lots of issues with this one. First off, to say that he likes the idea that we're all God's children in Islam rather than Christianity is exactly backwards. The idea that God is our father and we're his children comes straight from Christianity. In fact, it's actually offensive to say such a thing
Maybe not the word children, but the word creation.
in Islam since the best relationship that...
Great. Great.
What?
Wow.
I don't like Christianity. I like Islam better than Christianity because, correct me if I'm wrong, aren't we all God's children in Islam? And then you say, no, you're God's children in God is your heavenly father in Christianity, not in Islam. And he's, well, creation then. Okay, well, you're creation in either one.
Yeah. And I was thinking too, I'm like, well, creation, like, what does that mean? Like, doesn't Allah create?
Dude, Sneeko's responses are rough. Just leave it at that. Rough. Here.
No. All right. Okay.
you can have with Allah is a slave-master relationship. Secondly, when it comes to talking about hierarchies, it really depends on...
Very, very important point there. He's saying, aren't we all God's children in Islam? No. No one is. In any sense. Not in a metaphorical sense. In no sense. You are a slave. The Quran says no one approaches him as anything other than a slave. So him just saying, because I like Islam because we're all God's children. Yeah, John's destroying that right now. Let me just back up a little so we make sure we didn't get that right.
The Quran even explicitly reprimands Christians and Jews for referring to themselves as children of God. Explicitly does.
Where his children come.
That's crazy. Just a girl says hierarchy isn't necessarily a bad thing. It helps create order. Facts. But Sneeko's it just doesn't make sense.
Christianity. In fact, it's actually offensive to say such a thing.
Maybe not the word children, but the word creation.
Islam, since the best relationship that we can have with Allah is a slave-master relationship. Secondly, when it comes to talking about hierarchies, it really depends on what he means when he says that. Now, I'm not a Catholic, so I won't speak to that, but the answer...
But there you go. You should speak to that because there are direct hierarchies in Catholicism. The Pope is like the political leader of a religion. What about the bishops? What about the priests? See, this is another problem with Christianity is they can never decide.
Pause.
This is so stupid. Go ahead, AP.
Has he never heard of the Caliphate? Has he never heard of something like the Caliph or the Imam? This is I guess he hasn't. He's not very well informed. He's not very smart. Not very well read. But it is known in Islamic history universally, and even if you look into the Hadith, it is known that Muslims are supposed to have a leader who is there, who is appointed, who is given and appointed by Allah. And that's how he becomes the leader. And Muhammad in the hadith, which are attributed to him, which are questionable, says that Muslims are to obey their leader no matter what, unless the leader commands them to explicitly to go against their religion and encourages harm, encourages un-Islamic, blasphemous, haram things. But this is very well known, and throughout Islamic history, Muslims had the caliphate, a caliph who was literally the political and spiritual leader of Islam. Exactly what he just said.
And notice you also have things like prophets and so on as part of the hierarchy. But this is another
So it's the same thing as like the Catholic Church then, in terms of like hierarchy. It's kind of like the same thing then, based on what this guy said, the apostate prophet. I didn't know that, but that's I guess Sneeko is just talking to be talking. Check this out. If you only had an Xfinity ticket at Charlotte and decided to stay for a race today, and you got entry. So if you bought a ticket and you decided to stay, you got to go to the Cup races. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. That's kind of dope.
The problem with him not understanding any point John is making. John is saying, I can't speak for a hierarchy in the Catholic Church. And then he says, oh, but you should speak up because they've got a hierarchy. John isn't the one who said he had a problem with a hierarchy. You are, right? You said, John isn't saying I have a hierarchy. So John isn't saying, oh, I've got a problem with a hierarchy. And Sneeko says, well, then you need to respond to the Catholic Church. John isn't saying that. Sneeko said, I reject Catholicism because of the hierarchy, and I like Islam better because there's no hierarchy. And then it's like,
go ahead.
No, go ahead and finish it. It's like
I was just thinking. Well, I mean, I thought about this too, but I didn't put it in there. But if we're all God's children and we're all equal, and then you have Muhammad, is Muhammad nowhere in this hierarchy either? Right? Like, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
It messes up her life a lot, and so
and he wants to somehow explain why he converted to Islam after Andrew Tate.
They spoke for a good minute before moving on to the next part. Like, yikes!
Red-pilled religion. So that's it.
Michael here with the super chat said, "Superb trio, AP, Dave, and John." That's true, but I just want to put that up.
You got a $50 super chat.
AP, when you were living in Germany, did you see like schools called Sophie Scholl School or something?
Maybe.
I heard it's like a common.
Oh, it's about to restart.
For anyone who doesn't know, she was part of a group that.
You love how NASCAR treats its fans. I mean, it sounds like they treat them good.
She was sentenced to death for opposing Hitler.
That's pretty dope.
For encouraging resistance against Hitler.
Yeah, she was an anti-Nazi.
Yeah, unlike AP.
But that's why I don't like her.
All right, let's see what we got here.
In response is virtually identical to the Christian position.
Yeah, although there will be levels, like for example, the imam or the sheikh will have a certain level, not over people in sight of God, but we listen to them because they have knowledge. People like the leader of the Islamic community, we listen to them because they're the leader. They were kind of put in place by God to make sure.
Which is the hierarchy.
We have to listen to them because they're the leader put in place by God. Okay, are you the leader put in place by God? No. So you have to submit to the leader put in place by God. Is that a hierarchy? Yeah. Should this be a problem for Sneeko? Yes, given what he just said, but nothing matters. Nothing seems to matter to him.
Community safe, and they have a responsibility. Just like a husband has responsibility for his wife and kids, there's a level of authority there.
A hierarchy?
It's not that,
a level,
he's better than...
A level of authority? What do you call a level of authority? I think there's a word for levels of authority.
Creation.
Yeah, is it creation? Is that the level of the...
That's the thing. This guy is clearly clueless and kind of dumb. But these two guys, they know exactly that they are not being truthful. They are dishonest because they don't want to. They don't want him to become a disgruntled new Muslim. They want to.
I wouldn't say they're dishonest. I'd say that they're just trying to. They're trying to do damage control while trying not to shut him publicly. So I get it. They're trying to. I honestly feel bad for them in that position because this would be awkward, right? All the reasons that he's given you for why he rejects Christianity, apply to Islam. Like, what are you supposed to do in that sense? You can either call him out and then, demotivate him, and then basically, kick him out of Islam once he realizes what he did. And then they don't want that because, they think it's the truth. So I don't particularly see it as dishonest. I mean, people could disagree with me on that. But,
I think it's noble that you are so charitable.
Yes.
But they wouldn't be remotely as forgiving as if they responded to you.
Probably.
Because I know these people, and
yeah. You see that? You've got John McCrae, the charitable Christian, AP, the merciless atheist.
Satan worshiper.
All right, let's see what we got here.
More. You can have a poor person who worships God, who's very loved by God because of their devotion.
Oh, unlike Christianity, where a poor person can't possibly be loved. See, good job converting, Sneeko.
Okay.
Now, the only major difference here is that in Christianity, God loves you whether you're faithful to him or not, and if you're a believer or a non-believing sinner, which just isn't the case in Islam. So this means that if hierarchies are a problem for Sneako, then he should also reject Islam. And even more, since he likes the fact that we're all God's children, then he should not only reject Islam, but also embrace Christianity, since that's a Christian concept, not an Islamic one. But the next reason that he gives creates an even bigger problem for his conversion.
Wait, does he not respond to that?
No, he didn't pause it at all.
That happened a lot because he would start by objecting, then I would finish out my thought, then he would just let it keep going. And you'll notice that. That's another theme because I addressed what he was saying. So,
yeah, it's hey.
Do you think I don't think it's going to happen like in this moment, but do you think it's going to get his like wheels turning in his head where he's just like, oh, that is a thing. It might take a while because he, it's Sneako, but.
I like Islam better because we're just children of God in Islam, right? No, you most certainly are not. That's a Christian concept.
Listen, we could actually just go to like, some guys that are doing dawah and then just say that and just see what they say. They're like, hey, we're just out here because we like the fact that we're all God's children. So I want to convert to Islam and see what they say.
That would be an interesting experiment. That would be an interesting experiment. Go up to some of the Dawah guys and say, you know what I like best about Islam and the reason I'm going to convert to it? Because Islam lets me eat pork. Unlike Judaism, which I don't like, I like pork. So I'm converting and just watch them go, oh, yes, absolutely correct. Yes, come, join us. You can have all the pork you want. Just join us. And then once you convert, oh yeah, sorry, we got some news for you, sport. Remember the pork thing? Unless you're famous, and then in which case they'll just let you keep doing it. They'll just let you keep eating it and never bother to tell you because you're famous.
You said it depends if the hamster and the hamster when Sneako said it. Yo, yikes! Like shots fired. It's crazy.
About Islam and why it's haram to draw Muhammad, and that's why I didn't really resonate with Christianity a lot growing up because it's like all the images that they put of God. It doesn't make sense to me. We are not capable of visualizing what the creator of the universe looks like, what he's doing. Why is he in a cloud chilling with a beard? Why is he white? Why is God a dude? It doesn't make any sense. So there's no point in us even conceptualizing it because we can.
Shout out to all the autistic schizos in the Rumble chat where every single time a YouTuber has to go and steal the content and not ever cite. Look at that. He fucking credited Jadion in the description but didn't put my own link to my channel, which they all do. Oh, put your PayPal, but then don't put the link to my Rumble channel, right? But all you autistic schizos.
Bro, this has nothing to do. This has nothing to do with the argument points. But to throw Sneako a bone, if you are going to be doing a video about him, and in here, Gideon, the clip's in here too, because we did that in the first stream before YouTube was like, get up out of here for being on Rumble. If you're going to credit both of them, you should have put the Rumble link down there just to be like, oh, to see what Sneako's response or essay or whatever. You would just put his name and then the link to the video at least. That's what I do when I do my reaction videos. At least toss him the bone. Just to, because he's not really getting anything else out of this, but just to be like, okay, bro, my bad. I'll do it next time. Yeah, this is where he about to complain about the Renaissance paintings.
Who just say top H the whole time and get the chat blurred. How many times have we seen this?
Never have the capability to.
Let's pause there.
Man.
So guys, if you just said hypocrite, well,
yeah,
I'll move forward a little bit.
That's because
if we want to talk about stealing content, like
because they're about to restart moving forward again.
Yeah. Right, here we go.
No disrespect to the Catholics watching. I like the fact that Islam doesn't draw Muhammad, peace be upon him. You're not supposed to ever.
What's up?
There's a reason why I put that clip there too, because he even says here, he goes, well, people are going to clip my stuff. If you clip it, just punt that I said no disrespect to Catholics. So that's me going out of my way in order to give courtesy to
tell people that you just had a threesome like 2 days ago, and he went completely quiet. So this is wild stuff that is going on.
Here's another.
I saw a clip. I think the dude said that Sneako invited him to watch or something. He's like, I don't want to. want to watch, but I heard the noises or something like that. It's like, this is the new poster boy for Islam. I like Islam because you guys won't call me out for having 3 ways, but this Christian, well, that's why I hate Christianity.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care.
We kind of touched on that earlier. That's kind of funny.
About any of this stuff, but this is just.
I don't care what he does, but
it's wild. Like, but this is just. I don't know. It's the poster boy.
There we go.
Visualize that because he was not alive in our time. There's no way that we would know what he looked like, especially Allah, God. He's never drawn. We have no idea what he looks like, or because there's no way. Humans are too stupid. We would never. We're not mentally capable of understanding.
Yo, y'all remember in the first stream we saw John put up a picture of what Allah would look like based on the descriptions from the Quran. It looked like a monster. I'm curious to see Sneako's reaction to that.
What God would
we
look
can't
like.
conceptualize.
We can't conceptualize. So it's not supposed to. In Christianity, I'll grow up and you have like God on a cloud, and it's like this guy with a white dude on a beard, and he's like laying in a cloud, and he's like
where
his hand down. Like why?
So
look, these guys are left. Ha ha! Dumb Christianity. Like, what are you talking about? Like on that episode of The Simpsons?
No, I might go straight to that picture because I need to know.
What's funny too is you'll notice like
I need to know his reaction. So here we go. It's around here.
Islamic points, but
here it
is. He rejects, but he's saying he even says in the longer clip, he even says, and they tell us, so they list his body parts, and then they tell us, but don't try to visualize it, and he goes, too late. He says too late, right? I can't.
I just want to see his reaction.
Too late, mate, or something like that.
Yeah, too late. And then he says they've got an image of a gremlin. All right.
Last but definitely.
What's that?
No, hold on. I need to see Sneako's reaction to it.
As a white man.
Yeah, honestly, that is not good. They've got some picture of some kind of a gremlin.
Guys, keep in mind,
he didn't refute this point either. He was just quiet the whole time.
Man or the gremlin?
From takes like a few. Let's go.
Of his claims, since that's a claim that Muslims often make. Well, it's not the ignorance of the claim that makes it the most interesting, but instead it's the way that he argues for it. So the context here in this clip that I'm about to play is that Sneako is having a debate with Gideon on Islam and Christianity, and Sneako is coming across as if he literally doesn't know any of the basics of the Bible.
So he didn't even refute the point. Like, they showed him the alien picture, the monster, like the Final Fantasy boss picture, and he just sat there and didn't say anything. Like he did after all of John's points. This is actually kind of wild.
What's the chapter and verse of that?
Matt, verse 39.
What's the chapter?
I don't know. There's been so many different...
He clicks on... It says... This is why I said he doesn't even know what the book of Matthew is, right? He says Matt. He doesn't know that's an abbreviation.
I don't know.
It's right there.
There's been so many different. There's so many different versions of the Bible, bro.
What other versions of the Bible?
I'm waiting for Sneako to just say anything.
Okay, tell me some.
Okay, let's look up.
What versions of the Bible are there?
We have the King James version, the English Standard Version, the New American Standard, the New English Bible.
You know.
Oh no, yeah, he got to eat that because there's just no way. But like, I was expecting it because he defending it so hard in like all the clips, but then John's like refuting all his points. I didn't want him to say something. He just sitting there quiet. It's like, sir, just take the L. Just take it.
You know the funny thing about all those different versions, Sneako?
What?
They're all just different translations, buddy.
But it gets worse.
Most people haven't read the original version. Have you heard of the Council of Nicaea? There's been a lot of chapters that have been removed, and the Bible's been tampered and manipulated with a lot over the years. Well, they did remove the Council of Nicaea from the original Bible. A lot of people haven't read those parts of the Bible.
Everybody knows that about the Bible.
The Council of Nicaea was removed from the Bible. And it sucks because it was my favorite book, man. The Council of Nicaea. When I'm getting down, I just like to read the Council of Nicaea in my Bible. But then someone took out the Council of Nicaea from my Bible.
Why
See
did
how-
they remove?
Hold on.
And it's enough to dismiss him as an ex-Muslim, and yet their guy
Oh.
here cannot know anything about the Bible. And you see, he's a devout ex-Christian.
We
is
saw
the
this
proof that Islam is
earlier.
true.
My man's had it on
Council of
Google.
Nicaea. What are you-
He still didn't
You're saying
explain
there's
it
a
right.
chapter, There's a book called the Council of Nicaea.
Yeah.
Gideon didn't know it
There's not
either,
no
which
book
made
called
it
the Council
worse.
of Nicaea.
No, it's
not a book, but there was a council that removed parts of the
not
Bible.
a whole book, but it's.
Look, now we
Look
got
at his
dueling
face.
sneakos.
Look at his face. He's just like, ah, I did mess that up. Look at his face.
Right? You got dueling sneakos because that was the new sneeko. That was the
Oh.
update sneeko who knows, correcting the dumb sneeko from a couple days earlier or whatever. Let me go back.
Oh man.
See this.
No, stop
I'm gonna
going
get this all.
backwards. I really wish I
Bible's
could
been
just do
tampered
this
and manipulated
myself.
with a lot over the years. Well, they did remove the Council of Nicaea from the original Bible. A lot of people haven't read those parts of the Bible.
Yeah, I haven't.
Council.
Oh,
of
it looked like
Nicaea.
he about to say something. Okay, I'm gonna just
You're
leave
saying
it.
there's a book called the Council of Nicaea?
Yeah.
There's not. There's not.
Oh,
no book
Jorge,
called
we
the
know.
Council of Nicaea.
You missed
It's-
all this
it's
earlier
not a
because you was
book, but it
watching the
was a
race.
council that removed parts of the Bible. Not a whole book, but it's.
Yeah, look at
He's
the.
saying it as he's googling it. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the original video, he's saying it's not a whole book, so it's part of a book. But then him on the other side, he's saying it's not a book, it's a council. Now that's the corrected version because we have two Sneekos on the screen.
Sneeko destroys Sneeko.
Sneeko refutes Sneeko.
Yeah, there you go.
So, as you just heard,
At least he agreed. He was just like, yeah. It's like, bro, we know.
Sneeko rejects the credit.
Bro, what type of Abba and Preach Christian channel is this, man? Are you...
What?
He just said the Council of Nicaea is a book or part of a book.
He just agreed with John. You can't agree with him and be like, yeah, I messed up. And right after that, what type of Abba and Preach channel is this? It's like, bro, nobody clipped you out of context. Like,
Book that was removed from the Bible. John posts that,
Yo.
and then he freaks out. Isn't this interesting? It's like AP. If you made a blunder like that about the
Oh,
Quran
wow.
and Muslims pointed it out, would they have a problem pointing out
just
that you
own it. Just
have
own
no
it.
clue what you're talking about?
Oh, man.
Not at all. They would be talking about it for years.
Yeah, if you said, the book of Ahmed Didat was removed from the Bible, was removed from the Quran, and they go, what? This is the biggest idiot we've ever. You can never take this person seriously again. He's so stupid. And they wouldn't be saying, oh, you're taking that out of context.
I mean, they even do like one example. There is a video which goes around, which is going around, that is where Ali Dawa told me to recite.
Where they've been lied to by their Dawa hero, it doesn't bother them even slightly. It is very, I don't know, it's very interesting stuff. Let's see what we got here.
Do you see the selective editing here? I
No.
went and explained
No.
exactly what the Council of Nicaea was in that debate, and he completely clips it out because there's silence, and then to his viewers, he's like, whoa.
Did he or did he not
So-
claim that the Council of Nicaea is a book of the Bible? Yes.
Yeah.
You point. Oh my goodness, man.
And here's the thing that's funny. He says, I went on to explain it, and he cut that out. He doesn't realize I actually go on to his explanation and respond to that in like 10 seconds.
All right.
So that's kind of funny.
Let's see. Let's see John selectively editing everything and ripping everything out of context.
He was quiet for 3 seconds. Debunked? Silence doesn't mean debunked. That means that we're figuring things out and having a combo. What the fuck?
Ability of the Bible in favor of Islam.
What the fuck is this?
Oh my
editing?
goodness.
Because they removed the book of the Council.
Shameful language from Islam. Anyway.
He says
Nicaea
figuring
from-
out. What he means is he was googling it and just trying to read whatever he sees there, and he was even reading that wrong.
Yeah,
guy,
notice
press play. Press play.
he's stating these things as which means you had no.
Who knows literally anything about church
Anything.
history? They know that the Council of Nicaea is not a book, but instead it's a council.
That's a good reaction.
People also tend to know that the Gospel of Matthew is a book in the Bible. They don't think it's Matt.
Really, it wouldn't be a big deal that he's ignorant on Christianity and Islam since he's a new convert, but that's not the point. The point is, this is a problem since the reasons that he converted are based on the ignorance of Islam and Christianity. So after taking a second to Google the Council of Nicaea, Sneeko says this.
There's no book of What?
There was a council called the Council of Nicaea that manipulated the original Bible.
All right, pause right there for a second, because what's so insane about this is that even on his screen, on the front page of his Google search, it says there is no historical basis for the idea that Nicaea established the canon and created the Bible.
Created.
It's
established the canon.
Yeah.
The Council of Nicaea had nothing to do with the canon of Scripture. It's not.
Yo, this might literally, because of all of this might actually literally become a meme in the Christian world now. just because of this.
What it was about. And I'm saying this because he's about to no. Oh, I didn't say they created the Bible. It's like, dude, it said they had nothing to do with establishing the canon, which means they had nothing to do with selecting the books of the Bible. The canon is the so about establishing.
I didn't say that the Council of Nicaea created. I never said that. I said they changed it.
On his screen.
I said they changed it and removed stuff from the Bible, which means they did what?
Establishing.
They're establishing the canon of Scripture, which is what it said on your Google search said did not happen. This is a guy who doesn't understand basic words that he's reading. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do.
Wild.
I need to know if like Sneako's own chat went in while this was live.
That verse.
Yeah.
Matt verse 39.
Yeah.
People are still laughing about Matt verse 39. All right. Matt verse 39. Whoops. All right, let's go.
And it's highlighted. And this means that not only is he not reading the screen, but it also means that he didn't even take the time to do a 2-second Google search.
Wait. He is reading the screen. He doesn't know what words mean.
Yeah, he doesn't know what it means.
Canon it's to do with it. They have started
that this was his reason for rejecting Christianity and embracing Islam. So now when it comes to his...
Bro, this dude is fucking disingenuous as fuck.
Yeah, he's the one.
When did I ever say that the Council of Nicaea created the Bible?
Point about the Bible change.
He doesn't understand. He doesn't get it.
He doesn't get it.
He doesn't.
Yeah, because I think he's being genuine here too. Because I think he literally just doesn't understand like what the words was that he saw.
That's the thing. Can you blame this guy for being so completely oblivious? You know, to.
This is wild. Like, Sneako is just so, like, lost. This is crazy.
Honestly, I feel bad for him. He's likely just repeating Muslim slogans about this, not realizing that this actually comes from a Dan Brown novel and not actual history. If anyone decides to go look up the actual history, then like Sneako, it would only take you really 2 seconds to learn that the Council of Nicaea literally had nothing to do with determining what books went into the Bible and what books didn't. In fact, the council wasn't even about the books of the Bible. Instead, it was about the Arian heresy. So honestly, I think that Sneako was misled here by some Muslim apologists who either knew or should have known better. But again,
wrong. I was in my Catholic church and I saw them take out the Council of Nicaea.
Be charitable because I'm a charitable.
In a painting with God as a old white man in the clouds taking out.
You said what part of this video would have been the live part? So the actual, see down here, the video portion where it's just like Sneako in this box reacting to John. He did this live on his channel, but then he like clipped this part and just made it like a video on his channel. I would have loved to see the live stream when he was doing this. I would have loved it just to see what his chat had to say.
The Council of Nicaea from the Bible. I saw it.
Guy, and I'm feeling really charitable today. So let's say that Sneako is right that they actually did remove books from the Bible at the council.
What hypothetical? You see, he's agreeing they took out books of the Bible. I don't know what to do, man. I can't get through 5 seconds without seeing how deranged all of this is. Okay, let's go.
Of Nicaea. Well, the problem with that claim is that we literally have tens of thousands of quotes from church fathers citing the scriptures long before, and we have dozens of manuscripts from before the Council of Nicaea.
So which version of the Bible is he talking about? There's one.
This from the guy who thinks that English Standard, because it's called English Standard Version or something like that, you're talking about different Bibles. Let's go ahead and see what he says here, and then we'll do a little experiment.
Quran. There's one Quran. It's lasted 1,400.
It's
He
not.
obviously didn't watch my video.
He said that he doesn't even agree with Catholics. They haven't, bro. All Christians have their own version of the Bible. They're all different.
All Christians have their own version of the Bible. They're all different. Wow, guys, he just don't say we misrepresented him or took him out of context. Maybe you could say he's exaggerating or something like that. But all Christians have different Bibles and so on.
And he said the original Bible earlier too. Remember, he keeps saying, "Yeah, the original Bible's not like the Bibles today." Like, what original Bible?
Yeah, what in the world is he talking about?
A conspiracy. Oh, well, they didn't want you to know, but there's an original Bible. Then how would he know, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense in my mind.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like I'm trying to figure out what to respond to, but I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what he's actually claiming that's not absurd. Yeah. But
they talked for like a good minute.
This is wild stuff, man. This is wild stuff. All right, should we continue? I think we should be getting the end of it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Not one consistent Bible. Of course, there's English translations of the Quran, but even then, people who read the English version or read translations know that it's not as accurate as the Arabic Quran is, the original one.
There he's just saying the English
He just Man, there's only one pure version of the Quran. With that said, yeah, there's other translations and versions of the Quran. What? Look at this. The non-denominational church has the version of Bible that's okay's partying every weekend. I would have loved this. This would have been pure entertainment live.
Translation would not be as accurate as the original Arabic of the Quran. Christian would say the same thing, that an English translation is not as accurate as the Greek of the New Testament. Right?
And everything in Islam is cited exactly to that. I don't even, Chet, for the Christians who are saying that he's cooking, do you even know which version of the Bible he's talking about?
Yes.
No, you don't either, because you don't know what a version is. Isn't this funny? He's flipping out because people in his chat are saying John is cooking. That John's cooking, and he's flipping out. You don't even know what Bible version he's using because they all have different Bible versions, and he doesn't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah, he has no idea.
Interesting stuff. All right.
Sad.
Because
it's very,
all
very
of them
sad.
are different.
No,
all of them are different.
No, they're not.
Decide which one is actual Christian canon.
Yeah, it's the same.
It was even a thought. So if someone really did change the Bible at the Council of Nicaea, then it would be pretty easy for textual critics to know what they changed and to fix it. We wouldn't be.
Yeah, and he missed your entire point. The point is, by the time you get to the Council of Nicaea, hypothetically, if the Council of Nicaea decided, hey, we're just going to make stuff up and change things, okay, you have tons of quotations from church fathers that predate them. And so you would be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
Relying on the Council of Nicaea to know what was in the Bible anyway. And of course, when it comes to the Old Testament, then Sneako has also been deceived in believing that the Old Testament was changed as well, when in reality, history once again shows us that it wasn't. For a long time.
Always source. Thanks for the 35. This is taken out of context. Appreciate you. She was saying why she left her ex and why a man like Sneako drives her crazy because they don't simp and check her. She never talked. Okay, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
I don't know why you're talking about it.
We had were from the 10th century AD. But once we found the Dead Sea Scrolls in 1947, we found Old Testament manuscripts that were more than 1,000 years older than the ones that we previously had. So of course, this gave us the opportunity to see if the Old Testament manuscripts that we had been changed or not. But once we compared them with one another, they proved to be virtually exact. So not only do we know that the New Testament wasn't changed, but we also know that the Old Testament wasn't changed either. And by the way,
I'm only saying this.
So does Sneako ever refute this,
change
or
of
is this
quotes, even in the church?
Is this going to be another thing that he's just like quiet on? Nope, look like he's about to say something.
Sneako, if you're watching this, I'd love to have a conversation with you in private or in public about this. So reach out to me if you're interested.
Yeah, bro, but look at the fucking snake shit you did. Using so many clips, but the fact that, and this is what I'm so sick about these fucking bot tubers, is right now, I'm not even lying, I'm dominating on YouTube. I'm pulling in so many views on YouTube, and if I was still on there, the amount of money that I'm missing out of because I was banned.
This is what he's complaining about?
7 months ago is insane. And all these people that make videos about me do not credit my channel.
They don't credit you.
The fact that he went out there to credit Jadion because he's on his side of the argument, and he didn't even use a clip from his stream. He just cited him because he agrees with him. That's some.
Do we need to keep going here? Because now he's just whining.
What's funny about that is, like, you see, I tagged Jadion. I wrote Sneako's name there, but because Sneako doesn't have a YouTube channel, I couldn't tag Sneako. So he's like, oh, he's citing Jadion because he agrees with him. What? I put his name there. And I also have your name there too, Sneako. It's not like I removed Sneako.
Yeah, they're about to just talk for the rest of the time. out of that whole thing, instead of like responding to any of John's points, like every time John made a good point, he would just get quiet and move on to the next thing. Instead of responding to it, he's just like, yeah, you didn't like link my Rumble in the thing. It's like, that's what you're mad about, my guy? I guess if you want a win that bad, if you want to take some sort of W from the argument, sure, he should have tagged your Rumble channel. That doesn't change anything else that happened in there. That's wild. I told my mom about this and she said Islam can have him. We don't want him. Your mom's funny. I like her. Tech Boy, welcome back, bro. You just keep coming in and out. Wow. That took us to like 10:30. That was a long one. All right, let's do. Oh, this is actually funny. This is 18 seconds long, and you'll see why. I gotta play this for you just because it's funny.
Hi guys, it's been a minute. So today we are going to do something different. Today I am going to watch Mike Todd until he says something blasphemous. Here we go.
And this is one of the thoughts I want to end with, if it's okay. Jesus never reached his potential.
Okay.
My man was like, we gonna watch this until he says something blasphemous. It took that long. Hey, John, welcome to the stream. You missed a lot, my man. This is actually the second stream because YouTube was like, ooh, you talking too much. Can I link the video? Hold on, I got y'all. That was funny. Hold on. Here you go. It's right there in the chat. So y'all can have it too. He actually does a couple videos like this. It's like really funny. Oh man. Right? Rap Night was like, come again? Yeah, it's straight blasphemous. Hold on. He has another one that was pretty funny. I think it's this one. He says, listening to Joel Osteen until I hear prosperity gospel.
Hello guys.
Twerk it for Jesus? Oh yeah, that would have got him off the screen too.
Hello guys, welcome back to another video. You guys seem to enjoy the last one, so I thought of doing another one. So today we are going to listen to Joel Osteen until he preaches prosperity gospel. Now, I used to listen to Joel Osteen before my true conversion, and that was a long time ago, so maybe he has changed. So let's give him a chance.
I declare you will excel.
I declare you will excel. He's like, ah, man, you already blew it. Oh man, that's funny. Tech Boy, you said you got. Oh wait, I actually got like a more lighthearted video. It's actually from Michael Knowles. It's from Michael Knowles.
You know, I did.
Where is it? Hold on, where is it? Ah, here it is. We gonna do this again. Michael Knowles reacts to Gen Z lingo, so try to guess what it means. This is about to be funny. He said Allie was funny. She said there's no reason you should say butt cheeks and what? All right, I don't know where that came from, but I. You love Michael Knowles? Yeah, we about to watch a little bit of this. No, I want to react to it. Don't do it. You gonna have to leave, Tech Boy. You gonna have to leave. Nah, we gonna react to it, bro. We gotta make it lighthearted and funny. That whole Sneeko thing that took way too long. YouTube kicked me off because I went to his channel on Rumble. We gotta lighten it up, bro.
You do, fellow kids, it's me, your super cool hip zoomer pal, Michael Knowles, here with another installment of Gen Z vocabulary.
All right, send it
Last
through if you
time,
want
I
to.
think I did pretty well. I acquitted myself nicely by knowing all the hip, cool lingo, 23.
Gonna hit the hey now. This has been the funniest thing. Hey, thank you, Jessica Girl, and thank you for stopping by. like you said, this is the first time in a while you haven't had to leave early. So I'm just happy you got to stay as long as you did, even through all the stream difficulties. But I hope you have a blessed one. And hey, if you're available tomorrow, we'll see you again tomorrow. I hope so. I'm pretty sure you got lucky because it's the holiday. I'm pretty sure you got lucky because it's the holiday. Because when you told us you get up early, because y'all be doing the boxes come in, you got to put them away. I'm like, that's crazy. I understand I used to do retail, but that's still, I don't miss them days at all.
Could do, and I'm gonna do it again, baby. I bet I'm gonna get most of these right. This is brought to you by Genucel. More from them in just a little bit. First, though, let's start out with my Riz. You know, my Riz. Riz, I've heard.
All right, the first word is Riz. We already know what Riz is. That's basically your swag. That's, you know, he better say something close to that.
Heard this word. I think I heard it on the Whatever podcast. Riz, I think, is like, it's like my game, my demeanor,
your swag.
My je ne sais quoi, that you know, is how people perceive me in the world. Is that right? Another word for spitting game. Yeah, kid, how good you are with pulling and sustaining many women. That was a little bit cheating because the gals on the Whatever show talked about my Riz and also the Riz of the host of that show and
looks like it's gonna be Miami against Denver. Hey! Jimmy Buckets is going all the way. I'm telling you right now. He's getting the ring. Actually, to be honest with you, this is actually about to be a really good matchup. Because, like, Jokic and, like, Murray, it's going to be a good one. Because them boys, they be balling. But I want Jimmy Butler. I want Jimmy Butler to win. Don't say that. You're only saying that because the Celtics lost. That's the only reason you're saying that. But I'm telling you right now, the refs weren't going to save them. I'm going to talk so much mess. I don't care. Your refs weren't going to save them. Jimmy Buckets was going all the way. Oh, you salty? In the words of King Penguin, out of all the seasonings out there, don't choose to be salt. Be something else.
Compared the respective Rizzes.
Riz?
It's like game.
Riz.
And they found my Riz to be superior. I'm not saying that.
I sent it to you. I just got a text for you.
So an example is person
No,
one.
Lucifer.
Are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see. Person watching from afar.
Oh,
Damn, that
no.
simp has no Riz. That's true. That would be a Rizless sort of thing to say to a lady. Okay, next one. Touch grass. This is pretty clear.
If somebody's telling you to touch grass, they are telling you to go outside and just enjoy life. Get off your computer, your TV. Stop doing whatever you're doing inside. Go outside and touch some grass, all right? Be part of the world, okay? That's basically what I told Tech Boy earlier. He was like, hey, I'm at the park now. I'm like, boy, put the stream down, touch some grass, live a life. Live life.
This is an imperative command that you would make to somebody who has gone too far down the virtual reality rabbit hole. They're too terminally online. They need to get out of their hyper niche, abstracted, bizarro world, and they need to come back into contact with reality. They need to get back into the physical, tangible world. Grounded, they gotta literally touch grass. Okay, definition. Used when someone is doing something weird, stupid, or pointless, means they need to come back to reality. They need to get some fresh air and get back in touch with how the real world works. Bam, baby, batting 1,000. Example of this would be, been keeping track of my crush's snap score. Snap score? She's most active on Friday, least active on Monday, most. Dude, you need to go touch grass, get a job or something. Damn. So.
Yup, John said the old school version of that is get a life. Yup, pretty much. Pretty much, same thing. Same thing. Also, just to touch in with the score, because Jorge said it was over. 97-79, Heat is up, it's over. Yeah, with 3.5 minutes, essentially, they're not coming back. That's a game.
The only thing I'm confused about there is a snap score. I hope that's
Jimmy
not
Buckets.
a phrase that comes up later. I don't know what a snap score is. An op. Okay, and this is
The op. That's the opposition. All right? That's your rival. All right? Look, that's the best way to put that.
It's spelled OPP, which is confusing, because if I were hearing about an op, like, oh man, that's a total op, or like, man, that George Floyd stuff, man, what an
That's
op
the
that
op
was.
right there, don't
I
trust them.
would believe that that were a political operation or a psyop.
Facts, tech boy, that's your op.
It's a distraction and a provocation.
I thought op was op. Yeah, I mean, you're correct. I don't know why they're spelling it with 2 P's. It's just 1 P.
To create some kind of chaos or to provoke and impel some kind of reaction. Now, my producers spelled it OPP, so there I'm going to say that maybe that refers to some kind of opportunity coming up or some other term that I'm unaware of, or it could just be the case that my producers don't know how to spell cool Gen Z lingo. So let's see, what's the definition? Ah, damn, they were right and I was wrong. It's anyone in a competition against you. So it's not a psyop, and it's not an opportunity. It's an
Yeah, it's your rival, all right?
opponent.
You said it's 2 P's, opposition is 2. Yeah, but we're talking about slang, though. So in slang, it's going to just be 1 P. It's not going to be both. I mean, okay, so I get what you're saying, but we're talking about the Gen Z lingo. That they spell it with 1 P. It don't make sense, but that's just, it's how they spell it.
Okay, that's what I get for my hubris for thinking that I knew how to spell these terms better than my producer.
I mean, y'all gotta remember, I think the generation after me calls the police 12 because the joke was when you add 911 together and it's like, but that's 11. And they're like, yeah, that's the joke. And it's like, okay, y'all.
Producers do. For example, my mom made me take out the trash while this hottie was checking out my Minecraft mod. She was being a total op. She was.
No one talks like that. I don't know who wrote that on his team. Nobody talks like that.
And now you won't be able to spit that riz at the hottie checking out.
A hottie was checking out your Minecraft mod. I highly doubt that, but okay.
Your Minecraft mod. A baddie.
Everybody should know what a baddie is. A baddie is like the fine chick. Like she's the 10. She's the dime. Back in our days, it would have been a dime, but that's what the baddie is.
Well, I always think of baddie as that British sketch of the Nazis where they say, you know, do you ever think, oh, we the baddies? Oh, we the baddies. So what's a baddie? I don't know. I assume it's like a bad B-I-T-C-H, you know, someone who's really...
Oh, really? You would always see it spelt as op, as with the 2 P's instead of 1? That's interesting. I've always seen it with the 1 P from kids. You know what? They're all messed up. They're all messed up. Perhaps a self-proclaimed hottie. Back in my day, we called them fair maidens. That's funny.
Notorious. You know, someone who maybe you don't want to bring home to mom, but because of our concupiscence, it would be someone to whom we nevertheless are attracted. That's how I would view baddie.
What?
Is that close? Let's see the definition. A girl who is hot ASF, can be slim and thick, but don't have to be, independent and can hold her own. Yes, I guess, do I get credit for that? Control room's gonna take a vote, I think, because the definition just tried to put baddie in the best possible light. Thank you, they're gonna give it to me. And I was describing baddie in perhaps a more realistic light. And then the example they gave is producer Justine is a total baddie. Hey, come on now. That's not nice. Maybe it is, in a way it is kind of nice. But I think producer Justine is a
He says, stop using your language on slang.
lovely lady who you very much would like to take home to meet your parents. She's beautiful both inside and out. How about that? IYKYK.
This is if you know, you know. That's all that is.
This is obvious, man. Can you please challenge me? Can someone who doesn't underestimate my hipness please write these terms?
What is it
If you
then?
know, you know.
Okay.
And I know. For real, no cap. Definition is, of course, if you know, you know. It's usually associated with sarcasm and eye winks. Just put a pause right there. What other...
Tech Boy said, in the name of all things that are good, what the heck is that? You don't know what, if you know, well, okay, I forgot who I'm talking to. Never mind. But yeah, hey, he know, hey.
What kind of winks are there? Like a nose wink, ear wink? A wink is a motion of your eye. An example, Biden totally won the 2020 presidential election. Hashtag, if you know, you know.
That's funny.
Now, how do I stay so vibrant and young? One way
Oh,
would be
sir, no, we're not watching your ad. Sorry. It's around here. It's ending. Here we go.
it's giving.
Oh, okay. The way this could be used. You use this before saying something good or bad. Like if you about to either compliment somebody or diss somebody. So let me think of something. If they look at a certain chick and the way she dressed, they could be like, it's giving Lizzo. Depending what side of the Lizzo fence you sit on, either that's a compliment or it's a diss. But it's like, that's how that would be used.
Is it a shortening of like it's giving birth, and then you say that in a kind of ironic way, or it's giving of itself? You know, it's giving.
You literally throw it before a compliment or a diss.
I have to have some kind of guess. It's giving.
He's
or
not
is it
getting
like,
this.
is it a play on Thanksgiving? And it's sort of, but it's like a, I don't know.
I hate that term.
Definition,
35
depending on
robot being.
context, if someone says it's giving to you and adds nothing after, then that means the person thinks you fine ASL.
Yeah, ASL stands for as heck. Because I'm not going to say it, but that's what that means.
They mean ASF. What is ASL? They're telling me ASL is as hell. Why wouldn't that be ASH? That'd be ash. Also applies to other nouns, looks good. If the person says it's giving and then adds something after, then what they say after is what they think of the noun they're talking about.
Yeah,
okay.
it's basically
So the
what I
example
said.
is, girl one, that boy over there, girl, it's giving. Girl two, but his friend is giving stalker vibes, so I don't know. It's giving. So I kind of like that, because what we're saying is that the default term ought to be goodness. It's giving good vibes, right? It's giving.
Also, who's ever writing out the scenarios after the fact? Nobody. They're like so wrong a lot of the time.
Pleasant feelings. It's giving beauty. I like that that's the default. We're moving away from the cynicism of the millennials, and we're moving into
You said Gen Z
frivolity,
sucks. No, it
though
doesn't.
I think perhaps
I mean, it does a
greater
little bit.
giddiness of
But I'm
the
older than you,
Zoomers.
so I can say that.
Next word, T. Oh, well,
Oh, when you got the T, you already know what that is. T is nothing but gossip.
that's obvious. T is that good gossip, you know? That's that stuff you gotta spill.
What's the tea?
There we go. There we go. Man, I'm so cool. I can't get over. Even I am sometimes impressed by my absolute vocabulary riz. The best kind of gossip, they say.
Tech boy. I did not know what this was until a teacher told me. It was a female teacher, wasn't it? I guarantee it was a female teacher that told you that.
They typically shared between friends. It's a bonding tool for people of all ages. It's also a mortal sin, but go on. At least if you assent
Yup.
with your will to engaging it.
Because a guy ain't gonna talk like that. Have y'all ever had a guy come up to you at all and be like, that's straight? I have to put that in there, a straight guy. He'd be like, ooh, dish, what's the tea? Like, no, that doesn't happen.
Spilling that tea. Who cries over spilled milk? Nobody. But you know who cries over spilled tea?
You, if you burn in hell for eternity because of your sins.
Tea is usually about someone you know, but can also extend to celebrities, random internet scandals, etc. Examples, I've missed so much. What's the tea, sis? And the answer is, I don't know who wrote these examples. I heard producer Jacob is single and into this conservative e-girl spill the tea bay. I actually did encounter some of that tea spilt on the floor of the studios. I've encountered that a number of times. Next word, bop. It's like when you twist it and you pull it. And you
Oh, that's a bop. So, like, that means that song is good. It's a hit, basically.
Bop it, you know? Bop. What is bop? Well, it's not bonk. I've sometimes seen bonk in memes on Twitter.
I don't hear anybody use bop anymore, though. For a period of time, it was vibe. Like, oh, that's a vibe. We'll see.
Which is when people get a little too lecherous in their commentary and people say, bonk, you've got to stop doing that. But bop, what is bop? Is it a verb? Is it a noun?
I know, Tech Boy.
Bop.
I know you never heard it. I know.
The whole point of lingo is to elude people. So the whole point of it is for me to not be able to understand it. And I think this one has reached that level. I don't bop. I'm gonna say, just try to get half a point or something, it's some kind of physical feature rather than say a verb or some mere concept. Nope, totally missed it. Used to reference a good song to say that a song is really good. I like that because it's...
Look at rap night. Now watch me bop. To the right. To the left. Hey, take it back now, y'all. 2 hops this time. Dun. That's a whole different thing. That's
kind of old-timey. Like bop. You're gonna go to the sock hop and listen to some bops. Example.
Did that man just say you go to the sock hop and listen to some bops? Sir, you're younger than me. You're talking like my dad now. Please stop.
Well, Smokey Mike and the God King just dropped a new track. It's such a bop. You know it. Every time that's a big bop. Drip. Oh, kid. You think I don't know about drip?
Oh, drip is easy. All right. When you dripped out, you got them fresh clothes on. Your fresh threads.
Drip. You think that I could walk in here every day? Actually, today my drip is a little bit lacking because I keep stealing my clothes and leaving them at home and not bringing them back to wardrobe.
This right here, this got to be the most accurate thing about Michael Knowles ever. The guy is 30 pushing a 90-year-old Catholic. Facts. Facts. I swear for the longest I thought he was older than me. This dude is younger than me, and it threw me off so bad. I was like, what? How? He acts so old. He got that old soul in him.
Of Italian extraction, especially one with a very nice wardrobe department over here, is gonna know what that good drip is, kid. You know, it's that fashion, it's that demeanor, it's that whole mode of comportment. Definition, they say, is very swag and cool, drip, drippy, dripping, can be used to describe an...
Yo, we gotta go back to this little Goku picture. The fact that they use this is hilarious. The swagged out Goku and Vegeta pics get used on like so much like unofficial merchandise. It is hilarious that that's what they actually decided to use.
An outfit, accessory, person, song, etc. And the example is, have you seen Michael Knowles' hair and olive skin? He must be using Jeremy's razor, hair, and body products. Either way, it's a total drip. Thank you very much to whoever wrote up that example. Bussin'. Oh,
What's
man, I know about...
Vegeta? What? Did you just ask what's a Vegeta or a Goku? Sir, Dragon Ball Z? I know you heard of Dragon Ball. I know you heard of Dragon Ball. Don't tell me you haven't. Do we have to have a Dragon Ball lesson? I learned what bussin' was on Saturday. I'm glad we moved right past that, bro. When people be like, that's bussin', that means it was good. In lamest terms. Is Dragon Ball a TV show? I think, isn't it anime? Sir, this whole stream about to turn into a Dragon Ball stream. I can't believe. First off, hold on. You about to get a lesson, my man. We got Goku. Hold on. Where do you think the name Trunks came from, sir? Where do you think Trunks came from? When I be like, hey, yo, Trunks, hit my intro. Why do you think the kitty is named that? Oh, bruh. I can't believe this. Go to images. Frieza? Oh, bruh. You know what's funny? I actually been watching a lot of Frieza clips lately. Because everybody making jokes about him being racist. And it's like, I mean, low key. But it's funny, though. It's funny when you look back on it. You be like, those stupid monkeys. I'm not worried about them. Swim Trunk, you playing now, bro. You're playing now. First off, this is Goku. This is Goku. All right? Look at this. This is the baddest man ever. All right? I will never admit this to my husband. I'm going to say this because he's asleep, but I know he's not going to watch this back. Okay? But Goku is better than Vegeta. Now, I would never say that to his face. Vegeta is number one. He's number one in my book. All right? He's the best. But this man right here, the baddest. I'll sit here. Oh, man. This right here, Vegeta. You look at this. Bruh. They look so amazing. And this is from Super. This ain't even from Z. Super, there's like so many new forms and stuff now. And then you got like Super Saiyan God modes and stuff. Oh, and then they made Goku Black. First off, Goku Black is awesome. I don't care what nobody say. This the dude right here. I had to get the skin off Fortnite. Oh, I can't wait to play Fortnite again. When I was off last week, I got his skin. I got Vegeta's skin. Bruh. How can he be racist? He's black now. That's actually pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Yeah, he is best supervillain. No cap. You know what? YouTube probably gonna cut my stream again. But if it happens, it happens. I don't even care what fight scene we pull up at this point. You need to see Ultra Instinct Goku first off. How long is this? Two. We watching it. I don't care. If the screen cuts, it cuts. Okay, Tech Boy needs a lesson. This is crazy. Don't shoot. This man is not black. That's funny. Look at my man Goku. Look at him. What's going on? Look at my man Swag. His eyes ain't even open. He's like, I'm bad. What's good? What's good? Here, we could turn it down a little bit though, because they not speaking English. Frieza Saga in a nutshell would be better. That's jokes though. That's like straight jokes. Look at this. I just need him to know how great Goku is. It don't matter which version it came from. This man was like, excuse you, bow! Get the wrecking. Right? Look at that. They was like, let's get up out of here real quick while they get to working. Look at Goku. He's like, you can't touch me. You can't touch me. Oh, you think you bad? I catch your fist. And then I go, bow. What are we talking? Right, Rap Knight, right? He did all of that. Kid Buu was kind of cool. I ain't even gonna lie. Kid Buu was like my favorite version. That was my favorite version of Buu. Look at this. Look at this. He was like, let me wreck you real quick, bro. Look at all that. Look at all. You're not surviving that. Nobody is surviving that. This man cracked a planet. It's over. It's a wrap. Who else is doing this? Who else is doing this? Oh, you already, now we gotta get Vegeta up in here. Oh, remember the movie? Remember the Broly movie in the swag that Vegeta and Goku was rocking? Nah, don't even let me start. Don't even let me start. We gotta find something else that's like 2 minutes. Oh, his fight scenes are actually longer. Hey. Oh, we might have to watch this. Vegeta and Trunks fighting? Hey! This is about to be great.
There, Dad, you see? No need to hold back. You can spar with me at full strength. Use your Super Saiyan 3, like Goku did.
See, Dad, let's get to working.
What? Did I say something funny? Whoa! What level is that?
We call this Super Saiyan Blue.
That energy! Is that Vegeta and Trunks?
Goku would
Yeah,
wake up
now
for
we're
this.
talking. I can't sense his energy, but I can feel this power in the air. It's overwhelming. What is this?
While it's true that Zamasu is a deity, he's only a Supreme Kai in training. For someone with experience fighting against a great destroyer like myself, he was a piece of cake.
Could it be?
What happened to all that?
I was about to say, get to the point. Y'all know how Dragon Ball be. It be taking too long to get to the fight.
Energy from the gods. This divine power. They must have learned it from fighting that destroyer.
Soiling yourself before we begin? All right, fine. I'll give you a handicap. If you can manage to land a single blow against me, we'll call you the winner.
You'd be a fool to underestimate me.
I'm glad to see you can talk tough at least.
Yeah, Trunks. Yeah, Trunks. Hold on, let me quiet down for my cat actually come up in here and be like, Mom, you're calling?
You disappoint me!
He fell for it.
So that lame form was just a ploy to draw me in and catch me off guard. Grading on a 100-point scale, I'd give you a 30 at best.
Yeah, show him why daddy's better.
Hey, what'd you bring me out here for, Goku? Do you realize how close I am to fixing that time machine? I'm not taking a nature walk.
Just watch, okay?
What was that, a fighter jet?
Your husband and your son from the future are doing some training. I figure that's a show you definitely don't want to miss.
What? And you're letting them fight?
Yeah, they're sparring. Let them fight. Get wrecked. Yeah, he was like, boy, I'm your daddy. You better mind yours. Hold on. Y'all said Frieza? Ooh, which one? All right, look, we gonna do this one.
But I've already made my decision.
You said Vegeta first Golden Frieza? Oh, this is it right here. That's crazy. I picked it up and I didn't even look at the chat.
Pulverize you until there's nothing left.
You dare say that to me?
Use your head. Do you actually think
The audio just low, but it is what it is.
the planet I was destined to rule?
After this, we'll see Knowles again. Yeah, we'll go back to it. We done got happy watching Dragon Ball.
Get down here, Krillin. Your buddy Kakarot needs a sensu bean. He's fading fast.
Okay, I'm coming. Oh, I don't think so.
I can't stand Krillin. Krillin whack.
He wasn't kidding. You're in bad shape. Good thing that space cop didn't want his. Thanks, Vegeta. You really saved my neck.
Goofy.
Thank me by staying out of this fight from now on.
Goku is funny.
Yeah, of course. It's your turn anyway. Have fun.
You said I need to watch this, all these cool forums? Yeah.
Please, if you believe you can defeat me, then you're more delusional than ever.
The only thing I don't like about Dragon Ball, it takes forever to get to the point. That's the only issue. Right? And he took that personally.
That's right. You had no idea, did you? I've been a Super Saiyan for years, and now I too have the power of a god.
Oh, this is about to be crazy. Yeah, what's good, bro? What's good?
All people should know this about me, but I don't share Kakarot's taste for forgiveness. I'm sending you back to hell.
You love the 30 episode fight? You a good one.
All hail Vegeta, Prince of No One.
Get wrecked.
No, this can't be real. This is not the way this ends.
Aw, he baby throwing a temper tantrum.
At least try to face your death with some honor.
Mm-hmm.
And don't dream of resurrecting.
Oh, you brought up the Cell saga? Bruh. Cell was a beast too. Look, YouTube is like, yo, you already got the copyright notice. They already gave it to me. It's off? It's off. Can y'all still hear me? Can y'all still hear me? I knew it was gonna happen on one of them. I knew it was gonna happen. Hey, YouTube told me the next time this happens, they said just keep it on, and it'll like even itself out after like a minute or two. Now that's what they emails be claiming, but I have no idea. I have no idea how true that is. Here, we're gonna put it back on my face just in case it pops up. Yeah, it says after the copyrighted material is no longer being streamed, it'll automatically re-enable itself. All right, stream, it's off. Like, re-enable yourself. It's been off. I called it too. I was like, yo, if they cut it, you know why. It's because of YouTube. Bro, this screen is still black. This is crazy. Should be back in 2 minutes or so. We'll see. We'll see. They always get me. They always get me. Dude, the first stream, they stopped it because the Sneeko video. That's why I had to watch it the weird way coming back. And they did it again. That's why I had to watch it the weird way. Hey, it's back. It's back. And they did it again. Hey. We back, baby. We back. All right. All right. I guess YouTube stopped our fun. Whamp, whamp. Whack. Whack. I'm about to show one more thing, though. From the Broly movie. I need the images. Where they was, oh, here it is, where they swagged out. Here, I'm gonna show y'all. Stop violating policy. Tech boy, it be times I literally follow policy and they still be messing with me. So it don't matter what I do. Yo, this is from the movie. They had the coldest outfits with these jackets. And then these were actually made in real life. It was limited edition, but you can only get it in Japan. I was salty. Cause me and my brother each wanted one. He was like, yo, I get one color, you get the other color. We couldn't find it. We couldn't find it. It was only sold in Japan, and it was like sold out by the time we even realized. But this, man, you gonna talk about swag? These boys was dripped. These boys was dripped out. But all right, back to the Michael Knowles video. Be pepper, not salty. You right. You right. I'm gonna be orange pepper. Orange pepper tastes good.
A bussin'? Because this also was introduced to me on the Whatever podcast, but I think I kind of forgot it. It's not when you're capping. Is bussin' like when you're
Hey, Tech Boy, I took
joking?
the hit. I took the hit just so you could fully understand Dragon Ball. That's why I took that hit.
Or I forgot what bussin'. It looks, when you write it out, it looks like it's French, like bussin'. What is it, bussin'? Bussin', is it like you're hustling, like you're working very hard? I'm gonna say bussin' has to do with work ethic, just to throw it. I don't.
It's good. That's what it
Bussin'
means.
is an adjective used when something is so good. That's it.
This stuff is bussin'.
Half these lingo words just mean good. Usually when people say bussin', they're talking about food. Example, is it bussin', Janelle? That S-H-I-T was bussin'. I just had to take another bite of that he, him, or she, her chocolate bar. Is this whole exercise merely a way to plug Jeremy's consumer
Yes.
goods? Is that what this is about? Maybe. Okay, next one, dank. Oh.
You said Gen Z could not tell the meaning of work. You think we have words for work? No, because y'all don't work. Your generation is probably the laziest. That's why we keep saying that you are the hope. You are their only hope.
Well, that's like the memes that I produce, for example, would be extremely dank.
That's dank. You
Dank,
gotta have this,
not
bro.
meaning fetid and moist and diseased, but dank meaning of superb quality. Like if I
Yes.
were going to, head on down and smoke a little bit of that Haitian oregano, get some of that sticky icky, I would request that it be the absolute dankest of the dank. Not that I would do that, of course,
What a great
because
way to
I'm
summarize
not a
this,
huge
but yes,
lib,
sir,
and I
yes.
prefer tobacco to the devil's lettuce. That's a discussion for another time.
called
So,
it the
in a
devil's
way, this is another
lettuce?
one of these words
Yo, you right, Tech Boy. This is literally like a 90-year-old in a 30-year-old's body. This is funny.
that just means like very, very good, but in a way that has a kind of mischievous
Yeah, smoking is bad, kids, okay? Smoking's bad, okay?
and a connotation and also a connotation of connoisseurship. Slang used when describing something cool, hot, and totally awesome. Yeah. Have you seen Courageous? That movie is dank. Okay, I think there are multiple producers in that room who are writing these examples. So, okay, he's using the example, my producer Ben Davies is using an example of a Christian movie that he starred in. I was describing that sticky icky. Perhaps both are dank. Actually, perhaps it's just the former, who knows? Dead, D-E-D. I assume this is just a charming way.
Yeah, it's just another way to write dead. That's all. You said that in response to the Babylon being got ratioed for suggesting it should get banned. Yikes.
Of spelling D-E-A-D. Like, for instance, if you told me a joke, or if you, even better, insulted somebody in a way that was really biting,
I'm glad you know what ratio
I would
is,
then be
though.
dead. I would be totally dead from that. It would have killed me. It would have killed us all with its wit and cleverness. Is that right? Sending each other memes until one of the participants dies of
still,
laughter.
you
So they are
know what
known
I
as
meant,
dead.
though.
Yup, 100%. I am a young, vibrant man. Much like the former president said about himself, I am way cooler than I expected. Because all these pop culture references you're seeing here, like modern things that the kids do, I don't know, they play video games and go to discotheques and stuff. I don't really know anything about that. As far as the lingo goes, man, as far as the words go, I am there. The example is LMAO, Ben and Jacob keep sending me the funniest memes on the internet. I'm dead. I'm not sure. I think when they send me memes, I usually ossify. I'm dead from rigidity because of how unfunny the memes frequently are. But either way, I guess it would be the same conclusion. The sauce.
Hey, when you got the sauce, you said Daily Wire needs to stop cussing. You said this is historic stream. Crazy how it's my first stream back after all the technical difficulty nonsense, and now I'm having like YouTube issues.
Well, the old-timey meaning of that lingo would be booze.
Oh.
It's like, old Uncle McGillicuddy, he's on the sauce again. But I assume it doesn't mean that because lingo changes.
Yeah.
The sauce, it's not like the tea. Is it like the secret sauce, like the hot sauce, like something to kind of spice you up, make you a little bit saucier?
Like,
Is
you
that?
got
That's
the
what I'm going to
sauce.
suggest. When you see a porn meme and ask for the origin.
What? That is not what sauce means. Who wrote that as a definition? That's definitely not what that means.
I'm glad I didn't know that. I'm proud to say I did not know that. Example, yo bro.
That's literally not the definition to sauce, like, at all. I don't know who wrote that.
The sauce for this? Asking for a friend. Why is it called sauce? Oh, like the source says my obviously pornography addicted man in my ear right now who is so aware of this. Like this.
No, like you guys are using it correctly, but the definition to that was wrong. It's not only in relation to that.
Give me the sauce, like you're from Boston or something. I kind of like it again.
It's crazy. Whoever wrote out the example sentence used it. All right, never mind.
Pick me girl is a.
Oh, this is when women be like, yeah, if women just did X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. And then other bitter women will be like, oh, you just a pick me girl. It's like, what? What?
Pick me girl. The image I have in my head when I hear that, I've never heard that before, is of a girl in 9th grade English class just saying, pick me, I've got like a kiss up or something, like a goody two shoes, like a teacher's pet. And so I could see the phrase applied not merely.
You said anti-it girl? Man, it's literally just like a woman who like, they think she's just saying anything to get picked by a dude. And it's like, no, I'm just saying common sense crap.
To the academic setting, but even to social settings. I could see it even applied to the kind of girl who's vying for the attention of men, who's just
No, I'm a pick me girl.
very ostentatious and demanding attention. Is that right? Yeah, there we go. Pick me girl is a girl who seeks male validation by indirectly or directly insinuating that she is not like the other girls. Basically a female version of a simp. Yeah, those girls,
Yeah, but the definition gets used incorrectly. No, I should say the call out gets used incorrectly for a lot of things. You say something that's common sense, you're a pick me girl. I literally think in one of Bo Diddle's oldest, like one of his first videos, because I've been reacting to him for like this whole time, essentially. Like, I thanked him for going out to the crowd to just do what he does. Somebody came in there was like, all right, pick me. And it's like, first off, I'm taken. Like, I would never want him to pick me. That's crazy that's the response to me thanking somebody for creating a video. That's very wild.
I'm not like the other girls, you know, I'm a cool girl. Girls who say, oh, I'm only friends with the boys.
But then
I'm
again,
not friends
the
with
libs
girls.
also,
Okay, well, maybe
like,
you should be
use
friends.
Nazi,
Why
like it's a random
Other than the
term.
fact that women
Oh, you
just
don't
as a
agree
general.
with what I have to say? You're a Nazi. It's like, well, that's a crazy term to just like lose all meaning at this point in life.
Rule all hate each other, but again, that's also a topic for another time. The example here is Natalie just loves Andrew Tate. She's such a pick-me girl. That's true. It's where a gal would disingenuously pretend to agree with something a man thinks in believing mistakenly that a man wants someone in a romantic partner who is identical to him rather than complementary to him. But also in the mistaken view that when a man says something and when a woman says something, that's the same. But they're not the same because men and women, of course, are different. Okay, what's my favorite one? I would say my favorite one is probably Bop.
Oh, so this is the end of the video? All right. All right, y'all, because it's 11:16. You know, we're just going to go ahead and call it because, you know, YouTube don't want me to be here anyways. So, you know, like it is what it is. So, we're going to call it a night. This has been a great first stream back with everything actually functioning how it's supposed to. I've just had YouTube being a hater problems today, which is wild. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching. I appreciate you guys every time you come through. I hope you guys have a blessed evening or day, depending what time of the world it is that you are on. And if you guys are available tomorrow, hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow for another cool stream, you know? And yes, John, I know I said this at the beginning of the stream, but for those that are still here, happy Memorial Day. We thank everybody who has given their lives for the freedom of our country here in America. We appreciate y'all. Even if you're serving now or used to serve or you have family that served or is serving, we thank all y'all. Like, because of y'all, we get to do what we do. So I appreciate every last one of y'all. But I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Y'all have a blessed one.